Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The speakers have to die before the sun.
When these horns come in like pop 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 pop, yeah, man, they don't be hearing me, man. They don't be hearing the kids. They don't be hearing the kids. Check, 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 check.
I wrote this in the front seat of my ride. Where I'm safe from all the madness inside. Feel my sphere shrinking. Just a foul feeling in the air this evening. Backhanded compliments trying to smack me out of my dreams.
Yes.
Darkest recesses of my mind getting clean. Separate me from bullshit and lies that sold. While I float in this void when my time gets stole. Saying you're robbing him when y'all alignment wrong. I don't hear shit that niggas spit. I exist in a vacuum. Took a trip around the moon and I'll be back soon. Send a back signal I can come and break your back to. The bane of my existence is solitude. Get my gratitude, calm my spirit with these outcasts interludes. Sweet ashes on my body, know how I be. Quiet and trying to keep my thoughts still. You just rhyme about what you bought still. If the force of my ways don't kill you, then maybe the suds will. Fighting with rappers, not my operation. Surgically remove niggas is my new occupation. You could blow any day, I know God is great, son. But I don't do the back and forth, I don't oscillate none. Awesome. What I manifest, y'all congregate. I probably show up a day early and an hour late. Most niggas is annihilators nowadays.
It'll just be a little mislabeled, but hey, whatever.
All the power aid. Hey, why y'all so thirsty for my failures? First play out the gate, I was throwing Hail Marys. Reaching into the abyss to pin this. Literary homicide, need forensics for my penmanship.
Get the
Don't
energy
give a bitch
right,
a mouth,
man.
she only get the inches here. We
Get
on the
the
mission
energy
and
right.
the pussy
How about
just a
that?
side quest. Ah, yes, the perfect mixture to ease my conscience.
How about that?
Like
How
a
about
good
we get-
neighbor,
how
State
about
Farm
we get the
is.
energy right? How about we tighten the energy up in this thing for a minute, man? Let's get right, okay? Let's get the energy right. Let me turn these ads off. Let me get this out of the way. Let's get right, man. Y'all know what time it is.
16,000 square.
Y'all know what
8
time it is.
million up
Come
there,
on.
2 million down here.
Tell them to stop playing with me, man. Tell them to stop playing with me.
When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it.
Hey,
Fucking with P, get something to meet you.
Mic
It's
check,
solo like
mic
your body,
check.
We help you free it.
huh?
Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke.
Sometimes you just gotta throw caution to the wind. Sometimes you just gotta throw caution to the wind.
If you let me, I monogram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping into Steppy. Catch a $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 meat and Dreddy. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti,
Check,
then
check,
I'll
check,
twirl
check,
your bitch
check.
like she in spaghetti. Heavy. Circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too if you want a blue like belly. Lot of jetting, Prada bedding, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa heaven. Fuck around and get your
Say,
body
man,
trace trying to like to
the
draw.
draw
When it's sketchy, they catch
Yes, sir.
me. Don't forget me.
Yes, sir.
Resurrect me. Buy your dog tags the same place.
Peace
that
and
they
good
forget
energy to
me.
everybody,
Ski.
man.
This is culture in the first
Smoke.
mix.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't riot, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that, you ain't Arab. Y'all tweet, bird talk, we all parrots. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas. 21, guns salute, we been savage. Tag 'em up, add 'em up, them niggas average. Fly 'em in, fly 'em out, only the baddest. If I had her, then you had her, she never mattered. Wish upon the stars on my roof, they all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first ski up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them. You know what happened. Ski.
This is culture in the first
Smoke.
mix.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street. And her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
Hey,
The
man.
net gon' call it the way
Hey,
that
man.
they see it, but I got the
Hey,
video.
man,
I
listen.
can share an AE it.
Listen.
They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee
Let's get the
it.
energy
Lucky
right.
I ain't TMZ it. So be
be
it.
it.
So be it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So be it. So be it.
We gotta tighten up today, man.
Smoke. So
We
be
gotta
it.
tighten
so be
up.
it.
Peace and good energy to everybody, man. Peace and good energy, man. Listen. Hold on, let me get myself right here. Let me get myself. Oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Trying to multitask a bit today. Okay. I'm trying to multitask a bit today, man. I'm a little late. I'm a little behind because I didn't sleep much last night. I didn't really sleep much last night, so I'm a little behind. I didn't sleep much. I didn't eat breakfast, and I'm really just kind of getting set up, man. So y'all forgive me if because I gotta get my little dollar boy piece out of the oven. All right, because we trying to multitask a bit here today. Okay, a little discombobulated, man. All right, listen, hey, take care of your mentals, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. Take care of your mentals. Do whatever you got to do to get in a better space. Say this is a DJ stream today, man. Not really. I mean, I'm just trying to get myself back. You know what I'm saying? Get myself kind of amped up, man. I'm a little thrown off today. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little thrown off today. You know, life be lifing, things be happening. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up, we got things to talk about. Hey, listen, we're gonna get to it. As always, you know, I could get up here and just ramble. Da, 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 da. Hey, man, da, 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 da. We're not doing that. We here vibe. We chilling. I'm checking in. Can I check in first? I just want to check in with the people. Okay, we'll talk about little nightmares. Okay, we'll talk about little nightmares. We'll get to it. As I go get the food, I'm about to. I'm finna do all of that. Okay. Because you're not ready. No, I'm not. I'm not. But hey, we're gonna do it anyway. You gotta do it unprepared. All right. We're gonna do it unprepared. Like I said, I had a long night, man. It just, oh man. I ain't gonna say battling anxiety. I said, why you push the button? Because we gotta get it. Listen, consistency. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is consistency. Even when we struggling, even when we gotta fight through, we gotta push through. And I'm here today, man. We blessed once again. Another week, man. High at noon. Issue number 85. I'm your host, Chauvin, aka Chauvinistic. You know what I mean? He said nobody told you to paint to paint the town all day and night. We got off at a decent hour, honestly. All right. Okay, I finally got coaxed. All right. I finally got coaxed into playing the paint the town red. Good stress reliever. All right. Solid stress reliever, man. I got it for $8. Okay. I told you I was only gonna get that game if it was on sale. And lo and behold, CD Keys came through. It pulled through once again. But nah, that shit dope, man. That shit dope. It's just a nice little stupid game just to kind of get some anger off your chest, man. And apparently I needed to play that more than I realized. Okay. But besides all that, man, how's everybody doing? Peace and good energy, man. Thank y'all for pulling up for another rendition, another iteration, another issue, another episode of High at Noon, man. Again, I'm host Chauvin, aka Chauvinistic, the host of this little thing we do here, or this big thing we do here. I don't know what to call it anymore. Yeah, man. We stumbling through the gates, man, but we got it going, man. Hopefully my internet holds up pretty well. All right, as y'all can see, we dealing with rural Georgia internet right now. So y'all forgive me. Y'all hang tight. If the internet crashes, if the stream crashes, please don't go nowhere. Just hang out until we reconnect and we're gonna be all good. Let me get my camera adjusted, man. All right. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Well, I ain't gonna say we got a lot of stuff to talk about because it's that dry season. It's that summer dry season. So we really talking about what's gonna happen like later on this year and looking forward to next year. But we got some good stories to kind of pull up, man. Y'all give me just a minute. Let me go get my food out the oven. I tell you, like I said, I'm multitasking, so y'all relax. That's why I tried to leave y'all with a video or something like that, just to kind of occupy the space, so I just don't be sitting here in just complete silence. But y'all hold on for a second. I'll be right back. Check. All right, now we back in business. Now we back in business, man. Listen, got a few gameplay trailers. I had to get my food, man. Had to get my lunch, my brunch. I guess you could call it that. My little makeshift brunch that I had to whip up real quick. Ain't nothing special. What's in my head? I don't know. But it's cool. Listen, man, I hope everybody's doing well. This is it's gonna be a slow week, man. What do we have on tap? You know what, Scorpion Queen, since you're here, since you are here, we are going to start with a little beloved game. We just gonna get it. We just gonna let the cat out the bag. We finally have a release date. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Let's get right. So one of our games we kind of been talking about on High Noon is Little Nightmares. And we've been looking for a release date for the last, I don't know, 2 months. We've been looking for a release date for like the last 2 months, and we finally got one. Thank you, Lord. We in here. Melanin, peace and good energy to you. Thank you for pulling up on us. Okay. See, I told you I wasn't gonna blame you. I wasn't gonna blame you. I wasn't gonna even say nothing. All right. Shout out Melanin Goddess for the alert and get a shout out. Let's go. But, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have an official trailer. Let's go.
These jobs aren't exactly legal.
Shut up, bitch. I really have to do something about these doggone ads. But other than getting YouTube Premium, but I'm not finna pay
Peggy
for another one.
16.
Let's go. Let's get it. Oh, hell, nope. Well, you better be glad. You better be glad. That's why I say that. That's why I say you better be glad. You better be glad I already committed. October is a busy month. October is a busy month. They say you gotta protect me. Listen. Listen. You lucky I already committed. Okay. You lucky that I'm on stream. I got evidence. You got evidence that I have already committed. We're gonna play Little Nightmares 3. And apparently you get a little. Oh, that's with the pre-order. Okay, so if you pre-order, you get Little Nightmares 1 enhanced. Say play it again. Hey, I got you. You better be lucky I'm already committed. Cause man, listen.
Peggy 16.
I don't know what to tell you. Pizza, what up, man? Talk about you gotta protect me. Who gonna protect me? That's what I want to know. Oh shit, they got a gameplay. Oh, wait a minute, they got a gameplay of it. Rock, yeah, run that.
Like a Rolling Stone.
Shut up, bitch. Talking about who gonna protect? I gotta protect you. Who gonna protect me? I'm gonna be the one hauling
Peggy
ass.
16.
So they got like actual gameplay at that level that we just saw. Let's check this out for a minute. say he can't protect himself. How is he gonna protect you? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I'm gonna be hauling ass. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm finna be hauling ass. I'm not finna. Nope. I'm not doing it. You better come on. Said it's a 2-player game. Yeah, all the little nightmare games are co-op. Yeah, all the little nightmare games are co-op. We have to go to one. See, they're gonna make it so where you're gonna have to slow down and actually work together. Like, look at this. Like, oh, no. Scorpion Queen, you are the brains of the operation. I'm telling you this now. You are going to be the brains of the operation. Because, I ain't gonna know what the hell. What the hell are they beating in the background? Like you eat Papa Murphy. Good old little Tostino dollar boy piece. That's what we call them around here. We call them dollar boys. Even though they ain't a dollar no more. So you just not getting up. Listen, man. Oh, wait a minute. Are they gonna drown him? Oh, that is fucked up. Wait a minute, Jay. Hold on. They literally just drowned somebody. That's cold-blooded. That is morbid as hell. That is morbid. That's dark as hell. They literally just drowned that man or whoever that was. But I think they say it's either him or us. Hey, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. But man. Nope. 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 Mm-mm. What is this? It don't matter. Get it off the screen. Wait, what happened? Oh God. Oh God. Nah, this is gonna be a good time. There's gonna be a lot of yelling at the screen. This is gonna be crazy. Got an ad coming up in 2 minutes. If you want to avoid ads, you know, the best way to do it is subscribe, or you can come catch us over on YouTube. I think. Yeah, or you can go catch us over on YouTube and Kick, so you can watch ad-free. Right now, we're watching gameplay for the Little Nightmares 3. It's one of our spooky games, our prospective spooky games for October. Right now, the plan is for me and Scorpion Queen to play this co-op live on stream. It's gonna be a great time. That's all I can say. Got your ass. Nope. Nope. Watch yourself. Bro, this game is like way too intense. Excuse me. Some shit finna get him. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me? Oh, he can't see. I was just gonna say, what the hell? Oh, that's crazy. I like that though. Okay, what does that mean? What does that symbolize? What are they doing there?
These jobs aren't exactly legal.
This is one thing I hate about watching YouTube. Everything has turned into an ad fest. Okay. Now, unfortunately, Chad, I can't do nothing about the YouTube ads. We can do something about the Twitch ads, though. Said we just watched that today. How is it so far? I see that they trying to review bomb it. It's got like a low rating on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. But who cares? Just if it's good, then it's good. Ryan got another hit. Feel like some crazy shit, man. Okay. October 10th. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Little Nightmares 3, October 10th. We finally got a release date. They held it right onto the end. So I wonder what Reanimal is gonna do. For those that don't know, that was Little Nightmares, but they also have a game called Reanimal. That's oddly familiar. Say he ain't gonna have a choice. Oh man. SNK. You know, I be weary of watching this because this wild gamer SK person, like they show gameplay, but at the same time, I don't think so. I don't think they have a release date for Reanimal yet. Let's see. Also, we got a new schedule. We got to check up on Schedule 1, man. We ain't played that in a while. Let me see. Reanimal release dates. Is it also in October? Nope. The game is not. It's set to release. It doesn't have one. It just says initial release 2025. So not yet. I'm assuming it's gonna come. Me personally, I think they're gonna try to drop around the same time, just cause they petty like that. That's just what I think. Excuse me. That's what I think. I think they're gonna try to be petty and drop around the same time. Cause listen, you cannot miss out on spooky season. I don't care what the situation is. You cannot miss out on spooky season. Okay. And I think that's what's gonna end up happening. I think they're gonna try to catch it around that time, around the same time Little Nightmares 3 comes out. But hey, October 10th. So what do we have for October? Right now we have Little Nightmares, we have Ghost of Yote. What else was set to come out in October? I know it's a busy month. I just can't remember exactly everything that comes out around that time. But I just know it's gonna be busy. Say Ryan got another hit. Hey man, keep making hits. So I saw a lot of people, or I've been seeing a lot of people like, man, he needs to make a spin-off to Sinners. He needs to make a sequel to Sinners and all that and focus on the Indian tribe and all that. Listen, man, sometimes things need to just be that one and done. You know, everything don't have to be a spin-off or a sequel or whatever the case may be. Listen, I love Sinners, but I honestly think they need to just leave it alone. Just let it exist in its own little bubble, its own little singular story, you know? Because I really feel like and this is just kind of on the Ryan Coogler part, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, congratulations on, you know, I'm glad he had a hand in Ironheart. So I know it's dope, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been seeing a lot of reviews and stuff, people talking about how, you know, it's not good and it's getting bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and all that shit, which I don't really care about. If the show is dope, it's just dope. But to that point, I was just bringing up Sinners because that he also directed that. And like I said, I seen a lot of people was like, "Oh man, he need to make a sequel." You know, what do we know? See, it's almost just like games. It's just like everything. We don't never be happy with things as they are. You know, we always want more. We always want. As I already said, I was watching regardless. That's what I'm talking about. You know, we always want more. We always want the DLC. We always want a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? A little bit extra, but sometimes a thing can just be a thing and that be it. You know, we don't have to keep trying to force. I would rather him not try to force a story or try to force Sinners 2 or try to force like a prequel or whatever the case may be just to satisfy us. If it don't come naturally, if it don't flow, you know, then don't try to make something out of nothing, man. You know, that's why I looked at like who was I talking to? I was on Blue Sky or something like that, and they saw that game, The Cube, made by the people that made Atomic Heart, and I was just like, listen, man, Atomic Heart need to just go away, go just take it out of our minds. We don't want to remember it happened, right? And then they just turn around and give us a part 2, and they giving us an MMO and all that kind of stuff. It's like, but we don't really need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think y'all gave it a good try. Do something else. You know? They say I'm bad lurking. Okay. Yeah, like do something else, man. Like, Sinners don't need a sequel to me. You know? It don't need, and apparently the Ryan Coogler, it don't need a sequel either. And that's just I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it not being a sequel. Um, Now some things do need a sequel. Now video games are a little different because iteration is key in gaming. Like, I'll take South of Midnight for example. There definitely needs to be a South of Midnight 2. And they need to kind of I feel like they can kind of delve a little bit into like the black spirituality, you know, or the African spirituality aspect of it a little, just a tiny bit more. With the folklore and all of that. I feel like I feel like that's gonna happen soon. Sinners is a little different. Like, I like a self-contained story. Sometimes that's what it all needs to be. It just needs to be a self-contained story. It don't need to be sequels and prequels and all of this. Like, because then you're just gonna cause yourself to kind of stretch yourself a little too thin, if that makes sense. And then you just be making up stuff for the story. And I don't really think that's necessary, you know. But anyway, that was Little Nightmares 3. We don't know about Reanimal just yet. Let me see. Let me check my Discord because I know I had some stuff in here to talk about. We got some news, man. We got hella news. Let me see. You sent me the PlayStation Essential. Let's see what's on PS Plus for July. Let's check that out for right now. Can we get to the chili? There you go.
Life is always changing, and our Lovesac couch adapts to.
Shut up about your Lovesac couch. I don't want to hear that shit.
Here we go yet again. Sony have revealed the games coming to PS Plus Essential for the month of July. We have a top-tier RPG dungeon crawler, a heavy-hitting fighter, and a Zen climbing game. And all of these will be yours to download from Tuesday, July the 1st. First up on both PS4 and PS5 is Diablo 4, the RPG that could easily take 100 hours from you, as the endless core loop of taking out hordes and facing off with bosses, all while the desire to keep upgrading your loot and find rarer gear weighs heavy. On release, there was 5 character classes with another one added in DLC. Each is notably different from the others and represent a playstyle, as a barbarian will face off with the minions of hell in a different way to sorcerers and necromancers. So if you prefer up close melee or distant spellcasting, Diablo has a character for you, which you can then slowly tweak to play your way thanks to extensive skill trees. This can be played alone or online with up to 3 friends as you venture through procedurally generated dungeons. Even when the credits roll, your journey isn't over, as there's extensive endgame content and side quests to flesh out the lore of the world, some of which will put you in a better position before facing off with the big bad here, Lilith, the daughter of a primeval of hell. Diablo 4 has a Metacritic score of 88%, very impressive, and the Platinum Trophy can take anywhere between 100 and 300 hours. Good luck! Game 2 is The King of Fighters 15 on both PS4 and PS5. We've come a long way since the days of 2D sprite fighters. This one is a one-on-one fighter with a few tag team teammates, so really it's a 3-on-3 punch 'em up. With 39 characters added to the roster over time, King of Fighters is packed with variety and will take a long time to perfect. And like other fighting games, a newcomer mode is available to help brand new players fight against the highly skilled. The rush mode will simplify inputs to let the most unskilled players use super moves freely, blurring the lines between pro and noob. And there is a story mode to learn the skills needed to venture online. And speaking of online, 15 is the first King of Fighters game to use rollback netcode, so lag spikes that can ruin epic battles shouldn't be as devastating anymore. Oh, and PS Plus players, you can also claim DLC costumes for a few characters too. Average review score 80 out of 100, and the time to plat is totally skill based. The average seems to be 150. Yikes. And finally, a chilled out zen game for you about climbing a mountain. This is Jusant. You're supposed to say it as French as possible, I'm told. Jusant. Sorry for butchering that. We arrive at the foot of a disused tower and decide to climb it and find out about the civilization that once lived here. We can go straight for the top or look around at each level, finding little hidden pathways and puzzles that show us the people who once called this place home. And this place used to be surrounded by water, but now it's an arid desert, so be careful on the ledges. It's a long way down. When climbing, we place down pegs to tether ourselves to the wall, and placement matters, especially the higher we go. Those also give our character a place to rest and manage stamina. Oh, and we also aren't alone on this trek, as a Pokemon wannabe's here. This is Ballast, a mythical creature that wants to help you but cannot speak. Jusant reviews have this at a whopping 85%, with a Platinum Trophy at around 7 hours. Very doable.
Cozy,
and it's super chill. Before I go, a reminder to claim last month's games as they leave just before these ones arrive. Alone in the Dark, NBA 2K25, and the brilliant Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. You have less than 6 days as I'm saying this. So, it's time to rank them up.
Do I need to
Are you
get
happy,
2K25?
sad, delighted, mad? Let me know in the comments. I'm Adam. You're awesome.
That's the only way I'm going to play it. That is literally the only way I'm going to play it. If it play it for free. You know how many like I'm not buying. I refuse to buy another 2K game. I'm not. The only sport game I'm going to probably play, or the only sport game that I would actually think about buying, is NCAA 26. Like I kind of want to play this. Let me show y'all, man. So for all of those, remember all those my college football fans, all right, out there. Last year they brought back college football 26. Last year, you say get it. Oh Lord. I don't know, man. I don't know, man, because you toxic, man. So I was like that. Then I realized that's the only game that really got a stronghold on me. I mean, I've said this numerous times. 2K is probably just need to go to a subscription-based service. It really just needs to go to a subscription-based platform, because really all you're paying for is roster updates every year. And I don't think that's worth $60. $70 or whatever they charging. So just move to like 2K, NBA 2K. Just I don't know what they could call it. Okay, I don't know what they could call it, but Just move it to like a subscription-based platform, and then every year, just be like, hey, we got new rosters. We keep up with, we know, because I mean they update their rosters according to the season anyway. So during the off season, work on the graphics, work on the gameplay, work on the presentation, how you wanted to look next year, and then just roll out a big patch when the new season starts, when the next season starts. You know, that's just me. I'm no analyst. I'm not no. I don't work for 2K, but I honestly think that should be that would probably be more lucrative. Let me not say lucrative, because y'all gonna buy it anyway. Let me not tell them how to do their business. Okay, let me tell them not how to do their business, because you're gonna buy it anyway. All right. Just like Madden, just like, a lot of these sport games, you're gonna buy it anyway. So it don't really matter what I'm saying, but what I would like for them to do, move to a subscription-based service, and then just say either that or another developer needs the rights to the NBA to create some competition. 2K been the same game for years. And listen, we were saying the same. You know what's funny about that? We were saying the same thing about NBA Live. At least I was. I was like, man, 2K and NBA Live are pretty much the same. Because how many times can you change the game of basketball? You know, what can you do to really change the basketball, the game of basketball? It's the same sport. All right. The only thing changes are the faces. They probably add a little more lighting to the arenas, and that's pretty much it. Get the announcers, get the presentation, give it a few more lines of dialogue, and that's pretty much what you got out of your sport game. I think a lot of people play 2K for like the online, the rec league, the online competition level of it. Oh shit. Uh-oh, that sleep catching up to me, chat. Well, that non-sleep, okay? I told y'all I ain't getting no sleep last night. All right. Up worrying about life and things. Um, but I don't know how many times you can actually change the game of basketball. And people are just gonna buy it every year. They're just gonna buy it every year. But this is at least college. You know what I would like to see? And I'm just throwing this out here. What I would like to see, 2K kind of do what NCAA is doing. Not saying that speaking in the terms of coming out with a subscription service, but I would also like to see them integrate more college basketball. I don't know if you guys remember college basketball, 2K7, 2K8, or something like that. It played a little different. It was that was a good basketball game too. And it was like, it wasn't March Madness, but it was different than March Madness. It was kind of centered around it was just all college basketball. We need a real college basketball game, and I would like to see 2K to kind of step into that lane as well. Just because we hadn't seen a college basketball game and integrate it, just like college football is integrated with Madden, where you can draft your character, where you can draft your players and things like that to the big leagues. 2K needs to adopt something like that, because they already kind of flirted with the idea in the beginning. A lot of 2K stories, or like when they were doing like a story mode for 2K, you had to go play for your college for a little while. I remember I was what school did I go to? I think it was 2K19. I think I went to UCLA or something like that. And then I got drafted. Yeah. They need to integrate more. They need to integrate more of that in the NBA 2K. And again, make it a subscription service. Like, just give it make it a platform instead of a yearly game. Because people are going to pay for it either way. They don't mind paying $50, $60 for the same thing. I don't know. I just think that'll cut down on a lot of production from year to year. But anyway, this is the dynasty mode. For those that don't know, you got a dynasty mode where you can like play for like a school, or you can manage a school for multiple years. and why you could draft your players, you could recruit new players and all of those things. So apparently they're going to kind of be they're going to be updating that for this one, and I kind of want to see what they got going on. I know me and my brother been talking about it. Like, he wants to get it this year. So he said they've improved a lot on 25. So let's
authentic college football coaches to ensure. Hey everybody, it's Kirk Herbstreit. Improvements to Dynasty and EA Sports College Football 26 are focused around adding authenticity to every Dynasty run, while also delivering on community feedback. For the first time ever, you can start your Dynasty by stepping into the role of one of over 300 authentic college football coaches. To ensure each coach and coordinator's authentic styles are highlighted, we completely rebalanced archetypes and abilities and enhanced playbooks with over 2,800 new plays. So when you battle a CEO like Kirby Smart one week and a program builder like Lane Kiffin the next, you truly feel the difference on the football field. This new depth also offers more options when creating your own coach, giving you more control over the path you ultimately take. A new progression curve offers early career momentum with more sustained growth across a new level cap up to 100. Of course, no coach excels at everything, so hire coordinators who complement your strengths or shore up your weaknesses. And make sure to leverage your staff's active archetype perk to really accelerate your progression. Updates to how coaching archetypes are unlocked, balanced, and expanded make each coaching path even more strategic and distinct. All 3 base archetypes now require a minimum coach level to unlock, promoting focused early investment and making your initial archetype choice more meaningful. New scaling archetype costs encourage more intentional choices as you progress. Now, advancing within your specialty, like moving from recruiter to elite recruiter, is more affordable than a path that requires learning a new skill set.
They pretty much done turn this shit into an RPG.
Preserve your Dynasty legacy with the all-new Trophy Room. Showcase every trophy, title, and individual award won throughout your coaching journey, and look ahead at what coveted hardware you still need to strive for. The new College Football History feature serves as a college football history book and lets you compare your program to the all-time greats, adding a new dimension of legacy building to Dynasty. We've revamped the transfer portal to create more realistic player movement, especially among the 4- and 5-star players. Now, from 2,000 up to 3,500 athletes can enter the portal each season, giving you fresh ways to build your roster year after year. New dynamic deal breakers are player expectations that evolve with their talent. That 3-star freshman who is happy with average facilities? If he's an All-American by junior year, he might be looking for top-tier amenities. And whether it's listed as a deal breaker or not, your most talented players may still demand playing time. Some coach abilities can impact dynamic deal breakers, providing strategic recruiting advantages. New dynamic dev traits have a bigger impact on player growth, along with more abilities across 59 total player archetypes for better variety among athletes. And skill group levels increase from 10 to 20, so progression feels more gradual and realistic. Recruiting visits now involve location-based costs. So the further a prospect lives from your campus, the more recruiting hours a visit costs. This simulates an authentic recruiting challenge faced by smaller programs who must focus locally, while powerhouses can recruit nationally. New recruiting battles create high-stakes showdowns when multiple schools are neck and neck for a coveted recruit, and team needs are now front and center on your prospect list, so you always know exactly where to focus your efforts.
In the recruiting process.
When it comes to wear and tear, every player now has a seasonal health pool that depletes as they recover, and once it's empty, they can't bounce back until the offseason. New auto subs incorporate different wear and tear strategies, allowing you to customize substitution thresholds and better manage your team's long-term usage.
Oh, that boy hurt.
Within custom conferences, the new protected opponents option ensures certain annual matchups, regardless of divisional changes. Preserve key rivalries like Michigan versus Ohio State every year with this feature. Up to 2 protected opponents per team. New formation subs provide flexibility to assign players to specific alignments, adding ways to strategically exploit opponent team weaknesses. Take advantage of new position archetypes with up to 50 subs per team, with packages that persist season to season. With crossplay in Dynasty, build your college football empire with friends on any platform. Use the enhanced Player Hub and new Members tab to effortlessly manage your Dynasty and stay connected. Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26 and Madden NFL 26 for Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5.
Nobody cares about Madden, man. Nobody cares about Madden, okay? At least I don't. Hold on, they got another video real quick. They got the official gameplay deep dive video. What the hell?
Welcome to the EA Sports College Football 26 gameplay
Football
deep
fans,
dive.
get your mind right.
We'll share details about a massive playbook expansion, all new player types and abilities, improvements to wear and tear, new control mechanics, stadium pulse, physics-based tackling, and a lot more. Let's get into it. With real coaches comes a massive playbook expansion. For the first time ever, over 300 real college football coaches bring their unique styles and authentic play calling to the game, delivering distinct program identities and more play calling variety. Over 2,800 new plays and over 45 new formations have been installed. New option types, motion types, bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips.
See, that'd be the thing about
and they're all
games,
tuned
man.
so you can craft a strategy that
game.
feels like your favorite program.
It's a lot more flexible.
10 brand new player archetypes and rebalanced abilities,
NFL,
now 84 total, are designed to showcase the wide variety of skill sets we see in college football every Saturday. Improvements to how abilities scale are based on performance. When a player gets hot, their physicals receive a substantial boost.
What's up, man?
And platinum tier abilities will automatically upgrade to the new, more powerful Heisman tier. The Heisman tier captures those unexplainable moments when a player single-handedly takes over a game. New field vision introduces more realistic challenges for quarterbacks. Shorter quarterbacks will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen, and receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view. To ensure balance around how different abilities affected wear and tear during hits and tackles, every ability in the game was reviewed and adjusted. New customizable auto-sub options let you tailor personnel decisions to strategically handle wear and tear for every position. Take complete control with adjustable impact settings and battle real-world conditions with new weather modifiers that impact wear and tear.
It's almost like
and
Call
you'll
of
get
Duty.
instant feedback with new pre-snap visual cues that can affect a player's demeanor, indicating their condition right on the field. Updates to physics-based tackling make better tackles actually feel better. New tackle types like route catch tackles and lunges and new timing-based skill mechanics offer more tools to disrupt and dictate the game. With new authentic audio for big hits that adds realism and variety to defense.
So I learned that one of the former game designers,
New dynamic
Scott
subs
O'Gallagher
allow
for
real-time
2K,
roster
now
management
works
without
with
breaking
EA
from the
and
action,
NCAA,
enhancing
which
the
I
flow
wonder if
and
that's one of the
strategy of
reasons
every
2K
game.
has declined.
Make informed personnel decisions
NCAA
and get your starters back out there with
that
one
sounds like
button
it's in
press.
line.
A rebuild of offensive and defensive
sounds
line
feasible to me.
interactions redefines trench battles. Control
It's
the
like
direction of your blocks with new block
what do we
steering,
need with 2K
which
then? What do
factors
we
in
need with
player
NCAA
attributes
games?
like strength and momentum for more realistic line of scrimmage
And a
play.
lot of that stuff be
And
licensing,
the addition
man.
of stunts and twists
A lot of that stuff be
delivers
licensing.
more
They be
depth
wondering,
and
like,
control and
especially
pass
now
rush.
that
12
players
different
can
types
actually
of
get
stunts
paid from
offer a
these
range
games.
of
It's
strategic
like-
options before the snap, providing a new
We just
layer
don't
to
need-
the
we just
chess
need
match
one
at the
person.
line
We
of
just need one
scrimmage.
person or one
We're
platform.
introducing adjustable defensive zones for more precise control over pass coverage. Adjust the depth of where your safeties line up in coaching adjustments. Fine-tune your defensive strategies in real time and outsmart opponents.
Come here.
When you're on the home field advantage side of Stadium Pulse, it's a beautiful thing. But for visitors, Stadium Pulse in College Football 26 is louder, tougher, and more personal, elevating the chaos of night games in already tough-to-play places. More intense camera shake, new visual disruptions, and distorted clocks will throw off your timing and communication with dynamic intensity depending on the game situation or career moment. Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26 and Madden NFL 26.
All right. I think that's going to be dope. I personally think that's going to be kind of cool. Like I said, NCAA is probably like my favorite sports
Ashley, Stars
game.
and Stripes mattress sale is going on now.
That's like my favorite sports game just because it's so different than Madden or it's so different than like most football games. I wish 2K would like get back to doing NFL stuff, but I know Madden, it's almost like 2K has NBA under their thumb and Madden has the NFL under its thumb. So we really kind of at a stalemate as far as like what kind of games we're getting. But really, man, NFL 2K was like so underrated. So underrated. I know everybody was so used to with Madden. Everybody loved Madden because it was like the only thing out. You know? So y'all say I lied up on one of the big heads. You ain't have a flashback. No. Nah. Those days are behind me, man. Those days are behind me, man. I just like the fidelity in it. I like that they making it seem like it's I don't know. And that be what I'm saying, like with the whole make sport games platform based and just update them over the years. Cause really the presentation part of it is what you're really updating. You're just making it sound more hard hitting, the physics based model, like you're making the hits more realistic, more gruesome, more visceral, as they would call it. And I think, that's really the best thing you could do as far as like updating the game every year. And that's why I say we don't need a whole new game every year. Just update the parts of it that work. If we can just get stable, I don't know, parts of the game, like as long as the dynasty mode is there, the coaches mode, and all that other stuff, as long as that's working fine, there's really no need to. I don't really see what you can add to it. You know, I don't see what you can add to it other than the presentation. You make it sound better, you make it look good, you make it run smoother. Make sure that the net code is in, so make sure that's good, so the online games will be great. Then I think I think subscription should be the move, but well, again, who am I? I'm just your local armchair gamer. I don't know anything, man. I don't know anything. MD Soul, what's going on, man? Piece of good energy to you, man. How your week going? Again, y'all, this is High at Noon, issue number 85. The kid is here, man. I'm Chauvin, aka Chauvinistic. We just watching trailers, whatever comes up, whatever comes across my timeline, whatever comes across my eyesight. All right. Got my co-producer in here. Scorpion Queen hanging out with us. Got Grizz in the handling the chat a little bit, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up on us, man. Listen, we running on a little low energy. Like I said, I didn't get much sleep last night. Not because I was playing the game, but just because, dealing with some stuff in real life, man. And, can't sleep. That's what happens. You just, you lose sleep. So y'all forgive me if my energy's not at the peak right now, but hey, we're gonna thug it through, man. We're gonna thug it through. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. What we got? We still catching up on stuff from the showcase. Death Stranding is out this week. Hopefully everybody that plays Death Stranding, y'all get hyped up for that, man. I've still been trying to like actually figure out what's going on in Death Stranding. I think I get it. I watched a couple of lore videos and I think I kind of get it. But I need to watch them again just to be sure, cause some stuff is still a little off to me, man. But listen, Death Stranding 2 is out. This past weekend or this past week, I've been playing FBC, Firebreak, and The Altars. Ladies and gentlemen, The Altars. All right, listen, I have to talk about this game. Have to talk about it. If you haven't been watching any of the streams or you've been missing some streams lately, that's kind of what we've been playing on like the story mode time when I don't feel like being quote unquote so super competitive. All right. Been getting some narratives in my life, man. And The Altars is one of those games that's super dope, man. If you guys don't know what The Altars is, it's one of the games that we showed in on the Xbox showcase. And one of the games we just kind of ran across randomly, man. I'm gonna pull up some footage of it. How about that? How about we do that? How about I pull up my own footage? I know it says The Altars, but that's not what we're doing here. So I'm gonna pull this up and just have it in the background for right now. There you go. So I'm gonna turn it up just a bit. So The Altars is kind of wait. There we go. So the Altars game is about this guy. He was they were on a space mission, and they get stranded on an alien planet. His entire crew gets killed, or they don't make it. So he's on this planet by himself, right? And in order for him to, it's really a management sim, if that makes sense. It's like a survival management kind of simulation game at the root of it. But you deal with some heavy topics because he has to learn to deal with himself, literally. Because in order for him to survive this planet and get off the planet to do this evacuation procedure, he has to come up with a crew. The only way that he can come up with a crew is using the technology on the ship to pretty much clone himself. But they're not necessarily clones. They're what they call alters, which are alternative versions of himself based on certain life events. So that's what gives him certain skills and things like that. It's crazy, okay? It's a crazy game. And over the time that y'all on the ship, your clones or your alters be having conflict with each other because their lives went so differently. So you as the original kind of got to play mediator, or like befriends one of them. You can't please everybody. This looks crazy. Because that still holds true. When you're dealing with a group of people, you can't please everybody, and you can't please yourself. Pause. In all the ways. So you really have to figure out how to get everybody to work in tandem without a lot of chaos going on, man. It's a super dope game, man. Super dope game. I hadn't finished it yet, but a lot of the storyline is starting to really unfold itself because I got a scientist and a technician on the ship, and they just got different ideologies. One of them grew up a little different. One of them is a smart ass, and it's fun, man. It's fun.
It's some Kojima.
Say freaky ass. Why? Because I said you can't please yourself. Lord have mercy. You would catch that. You of all people would catch that.
Riding around.
Whatever.
Spaceship.
But nah, man, it's a dope game, man. They say do better, old man. I am doing better. I'm doing great. Say we all caught it. But you the only one that brought it to everyone's attention. You the one that brought it to the class. All right. It's always the hornball. They always want to make a scene. Say we all caught it. She just said that's what I'm saying. What? Always the hornball want to make a scene.
That's impossible. I told you, everybody gone. Everybody.
You can't please yourself.
It's just you, my boy.
It's fine. It's fine. Y'all know what I meant. Don't shake your head at me. You know what I meant. But no, you guys try out the altars, man. Say we in court and Grizz called it.
Option to skip.
Oh man. That's why I said pause immediately right after, because I caught it too, but you know, I didn't think anybody was paying that any attention.
Let's get out of there.
But nah, man, play the altars, man. That if you like story games, if you like something with a good story to it, you know,
Man,
it's
don't get tired, boy.
damn, my internet keep going
Y'all
out,
gotta stop
man.
with all that damn equipment on.
Hold on. Internet bugging out. We should be good though. Hold on.
The elevator. Quick. Come on. Come on.
Okay, I think we back
Get
in
in
there.
there, boy.
That was close.
I think we back in there. We good?
The survivor reached the base.
Yep.
All right, cool.
We
Day one.
Hello?
Okay. You should
Yeah.
contact Earth before you
got the media calm, man. That's why I say this local internet, man. It's well, listen, it's hit or miss right now. But listen, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man.
Hope someone else made it.
Y'all keep thugging it out with me. Y'all just, hey, if the internet goes out, just stay locked in. We should be right back in a few minutes, okay? That's just what happens. Yeah, excuse me. But anyway,
right and up.
y'all would catch that we in court and Grizz called it. See, I gotta be careful, man. I gotta be careful. What's the other game I was saying? Oh yeah, FBC Firebreak. Now I don't see myself
Okay, that's pretty smooth. I like that.
dial up as interbet. You know what? I'm gonna need you to learn how to spell before you get to try to joke on me too much. Okay, interbet.
Hello? Can
See,
anyone-
so you're so ready to get your joke out, you ain't spelling correctly,
Excuse me?
nigga.
Mayday. Mayday, anyone?
Mel, I told you, man. You come put something on that
Captain
cable. Come
speak.
put something on the internet bill. I'll
Yeah,
upgrade
yeah.
it. You
This
come
me.
put something on it.
This my ship now.
Great. Yeah.
Internet, and you still spelled it wrong.
The new captain.
Look at you. Like you just listen. You just give it up.
Corporate ID
Just give it up.
4672D. I'm afraid the former captain is gone.
Just give it up.
Rest of the crew.
It's my
Let's say
ship now.
fight me. I'm gonna let them folks on Paint the Town Red fight you. Okay,
Did you just say?
man. Y'all listen. Y'all gotta
You get me out of here.
watch Melody Goddess, man. Okay, playing damn Paint the Town Red with her last night. You know what? I ain't even gonna tell her what happened. Okay, I'm not even gonna tell them what happened, man. I'm not even gonna tell them what happened. Just know your secret's safe with me.
Talk to me. What's the danger?
Your secret is safe with me. For now. Until you get on my nerves. Your secret is safe. Your secret is safe with me. All right.
Okay.
But you keep on. You keep on. I'm gonna expose you. All right.
No. Don't you go all fuzzy on me.
I'm gonna expose you. But yeah, this is just some gameplay footage of the altars, man. Now I'm gonna warn you guys. It's a lot of walking. It's not a whole. It's not a whole terrible lot of action. She said she ain't scared to hit the threats. I listen. She ain't gotta be. She ain't gotta be. All right. She ain't gotta be. Just know I got the clips. Hey,
You're screwed, buddy.
make sure y'all following me.
I need to find those captains.
Make sure y'all following me on any one of these sites, okay? Make sure y'all follow me on any one of these sites. Cause it might be TikTok, it might be Instagram, it might be Twitter, it might be all of it. All right. It might be all of it. But I got the clips. I got the footage.
High probability.
All right.
of
I got the
discovery
footage.
in the
Just what up, man?
Ally Court.
Appreciate you pulling up on us, man. How your week going so far, man? She
No, I
said
ain't
you
sneaking
ain't got
nothing,
shit
nigga,
on
but-
her. Okay. Hey. Okay.
I ain't sneaking nothing.
Okay. I got a GIF. I got a GIF of her. All right. I got GIFs. I got
What's going on,
clips.
Arizona? How you doing?
All right. I got VODs. She was tired of her defense.
Planets belonging to a triple
Being a
star
menace.
system involves the need for some
Being a
causes.
menace
The complex
takes a lot out of
gravitational
you.
structure
I'm assuming.
within which the planet operates, apart from being the source
Being a
of
menace
heat and
takes a lot
planetary
out of you.
radiation, may
I
result
killed
in
myself
light
12
driven
times.
events,
Now, it ain't
such as
about the time, how
periodic
many times you did it.
proximity to one
It's
of
the
of
way
one of
you
the
did it.
suns. Oh shit.
Oh, don't worry. I
Annihilation of
got the
planet's
footage. I
surface
got the
and
beautiful
immediate
bean
destruction of
footage.
all life forms. In
Okay.
order to maximize
I have the
efficiency,
beautiful
even
bean
in the
footage.
event of such occurrences,
That's
the
all
Allied
I'm
Corps
gonna
has
say.
equipped its vessels with the cutting edge CEBA evacuation functionality, enabling the crew to.
But yeah, this is the altars, man. Good story, good narrative to it, man. If you're not into the walking simulations or like survival management kind of games, then it's probably not gonna really hit for you because there's not really a whole lot of action.
I didn't really know what it was about.
All right, there's not really a ton of action, but it gets super tense. It gets hella intense in some places, and the only thing you can do is run or walk in that case, and you got to know how to manage. You got to know how to manage the situation. I would say it's survival, but it's really more so situation management than anything. All right, because you really managing the situation, you managing the people, or you managing yourself, and how you interact with yourselves. Okay, that's the big part of it, man. So try that out, man. FBC Firebreak is also another one I was played a little bit over the weekend. Dope game. I just don't see myself playing it very long. I don't see myself playing it for a super long time for some reason. I mean, I guess because it ain't but like what 6 missions or something like that. Now, while the missions can get different and they can get kind of, they give you like options, like they give you more objectives to do depending on the difficulty level, which raises your rewards, of course. But at the same time, it ain't but 6 missions, and you do them all kind of the same rudimentary way. Go here, fix this, defeat this kind of deal. I like that each mission has like its own little hook to it, though. I think that's kind of something they could build on. Speaking of FBC Fire, the developer themselves put out a statement the other day. Hold on, let me see if I can get to it. Oh shit. Oh shit. See, I didn't want to do that. Can we do that? I think we can do that. Let me get to this statement that they put out the other day. Mel, you funny. That's all I'm gonna say. You are hilarious. But I needed that laugh. That was pretty funny. Where was that damn story, man? Maybe not. I thought it was over here, but maybe it's not. I don't know. I can find it though. Oh shit. FBC Firebreak.
There are going to be people working inside, but they're all you.
Devs. Let me see if I can find that story real quick. There it is. Discuss the inspiration. Nope. I'm gonna just look at this story right here because it's from 2 days ago. Let's put it up here for you guys. There we go.
Apparently that's the hook. Is that
Cap, what's going on with you? Piece of good energy to you this week, man. Hope everything's well. So on FBC Firebreak, the devs have come out and said that while the launch has been exciting, they know that they need to improve in a lot of areas. And this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, it really doesn't have a lot of content to it, which I'm glad it's on Game Pass. That's probably the only way I was going to play it, because it's a fun game, but it just don't really have a whole lot of bones to it, if that makes sense. So it's probably fair to say that FBC Firebreak has been a bit of a disappointment, considering it's got the Remedy Entertainment name attached to it. That's not to say it's bad by any means, but the reviews have been pretty lukewarm. However, the game did receive a notable patch on Friday to address certain bits of feedback, and the team has confirmed more improvements are on the way, insisting there's plenty of work ahead. Again, glad that it's on Game Pass, because if this was sold as just a retail game and everybody was buying it, people would be hot. Okay, they would not. It would be a shit ton of content out about how they stole their money, and they, pretty much wanted to shut down Remedy as a studio if that was the case. But luckily, they put it out there so you could try it. It's not really that big of a time investment, man. So I think it serves its purpose for what it is, honestly. Launching FBC Firebreak is a significant milestone for us, not because it's our first online co-op game, but because we're self-published it as well. Several things have gone well. Clearly, not everything has. It's clear that features that need to improve. There are features that need to improve. And they will improve. Thank you for the feedback. We hear you loudly and clearly. Please keep the feedback coming. We are improving some features starting now. While we can improve some features today and in the near term, some others will take longer and require more thinking from us. We will keep you informed every step of the way. It said, and Remedy has a lot of goodwill stored up. Yeah, like, listen, Alan Wake, Control, which this game is kind of based off of. If you've never played Control, go play Control, and then kind of get some context as to what's happening in FBC Firebreak. And that'll kind of tie it all together with you. That'll kind of for you, I should say. I love Control, and they're working on Control too. And Alan Wake is doing numbers. So yeah, Remedy is doing their thing, man. I give Remedy a little grace that they'll step it up. So what do you think of FBC Firebreak? It's pretty good, yeah. It's okay, not bad. Now that's my mentality on it. It's okay. It serves its purpose. So can we change? I can't see the letters. Oh, well, shit. Go to main screen. Boom. It's still probably gonna be a little small though. Boy, I really need to fix my mouse, boy. God, I told me. He said Control is in my top 10, of my backlog. That game I really want to finish is so intriguing, man. And then listen, please make it your business to finish Control. All right. Please make it your business. Or if you haven't started Control, if you just now hearing about Control and you have access to it, please play Control. It's all right. I missed some things you said, so I was trying to read and catch up. No, it's all good. It's all good. No, I was just talking about FBC Firebreak, and the devs have come out and saying like they know they gotta add a little more to the game and they gotta improve on what's there already. And that's goodwill. That's good. That's a good sign coming from them. That's a good sign coming from them. I'm pretty sure they'll get it together. They say we just have one more map to complete on Firebreak. Okay. Sorry, Chet. Shit catching up to me. But yeah, I don't know. I listen. I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. I might be out of here. I'm gonna take me a nap before work. But anyway, we in this thing. Until then, we're gonna catch up with a few more trailers. But yeah, y'all try FBC Firebreak. Like I said, it's one thing about these games that's been coming out lately, like Night Rain and FBC Firebreak, and these games that's kind of reliant on at least having 2 other people to play with. That's kind of what it hinges on. Like, it makes you have to play with people that are gonna be consistent sooner. What's up, man? It kind of makes you play with people that's gonna be consistent. And as soon as 1 or 2 people, it's like going to the gym. It's like going to the gym and you got a couple of workout partners, and then, one of them is like, man, I ain't gonna make it today. Y'all boy hold it down. And then that turns into you in the gym by yourself kind of deal, So which ain't, listen, none of there's nothing wrong with any of that, but that's just what it is. Like, again, there's too many games to play, man. There are so many games to play. I had a mini rant on Blue Sky about this the other day, and I'm like, man, there's so many games, there's so much to play out there that is not only free to play or it's cheap. All right. We're talking about really good games under $30, under $25, under $20. That just, listen, you got game, especially if you got Game Pass, you got hundreds of games that are just untapped potential pretty much. So it's hard to like really stay consistent in one game. You feel me? It's just hard to stay consistent in one game. And FBC Firebreak and Night Rain kind of fall into that realm of like, you wanna keep playing. They're good games, especially like Night Rain. Like I probably play more Night Rain than I play FBC Firebreak. But man, to ask people to really invest back into Elden Ring again for the third time, that's kind of a task. That's kind of a task, especially when you don't have no damn crossplay. I don't understand it. I have no idea what From Software has going on, but why the hell do we not have crossplay in 2025? I never understand that. I really don't understand it. Night Rain is, it desperately needs crossplay. Desperately needs it. Okay? Because people will want to play it. PC people play it. Console people play it. They want to play it. They listen, Elden Ring is an established brand. It's a brand name like Coke or Pepsi. But it's just hard to get two other consistent people to play that game over and over. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what's shooting it in the foot. At least FBC has this. So it's kind of a trade-off. At least Firebreak has crossplay. But it lacks in the content area. Whereas Night Rain has pretty decent content, has a good loop. It's a unique idea. It's a unique take on the Elden, but it don't have no damn crossplay. So you just limited on whatever platform you got going on. So every game should have crossplay. Exactly. If you're gonna make it multiplayer, if it's multiplayer, if it is multiplayer, crossplay needs to be mandatory. I don't care what listen. I don't care when your game come out. I don't care how long you got to delay your game. Delay it until y'all can figure out the crossplay problem. Until y'all can figure out the crossplay problem. Say Firebreak is a good game. I agree. Thank you, Mel. You're welcome, Mel. I put you on. All right. You're welcome. But even as good as it is, I don't see myself playing it like next month. Next month, I probably won't even touch Firebreak. Or especially when I go ahead and clear all the maps or the missions or whatever, I'm probably going to be done with it. You know? So hold on, say, I love how transparent they are with this being their first attempt at a project like this too. Yeah, like that. Listen, Remedy very rarely has a lot of issues, They rarely have a lot of issues. So to see that they putting a lot of time into this and they fixing it and they're gonna add more content later, I'm all for it, man. I hope they'll be free. I hope it be free updates, but you never know how these greedy companies get, man. So yeah, that's all I've been playing the last couple days. I actually got to play Rematch last night. For those that don't know, that's the new soccer game from the people that made Sifu. I actually got a chance to play Rematch last night. I'm not a soccer fan in the least bit, but that's fun soccer right there. That is fun football right there. All right. So y'all might catch me playing that in my leisurely time. Somebody tell Sloth, man. Tell Sloth that I finally got a chance to play Rematch. He told me just give it 20 minutes, and I think I gave it like an hour. I might have given it like I might have given it you tell I'm sleeping. I might have given it like 3 I ain't gonna say 3 hours. I probably gave it like an hour and a half. And it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. I'll come back with a verdict later on once I get into a little more share some more matches, I guess. Let me see. We got some more stuff in the Discord, man. We got hella trailers, man. If you're in the Discord, man, we got a channel called the Hype Line. That's for all the stuff that hadn't come out yet. I'm gonna show y'all some of these reveal trailers that I came across. This next one that I'm gonna pull up for you guys, this is from what is this called? This is called Blood Message. That's a hell of a name. But we're gonna watch that right quick. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. Well, oh shit, just put it in damn YouTube. Yeah. Blood Message. There it is. Turn this up for you guys.
These jobs aren't exactly.
Shut up. Come on. Come on. Come on. That'd be the only thing, man.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的灯火从西域一直亮到长安，能点亮天上的星河。
大唐离我们太远了，神佛还会庇佑河西吗？
我是认真决定的，
我还是想再试一次。今日
This is called Blood Message.
我们所流的血，
It's a game called Blood
是为了把大唐
Message.
带回来。
24 Entertainment.
我们必须在破城之前把宁带出来。一人一个。安宁，等着我。安宁，安宁。
阿爷，我将追随沙洲一举。
Say graphics top
去
tier.
长安，你这是让他们去
Oh yeah, it
送
looks
死。
good. It looks amazing, man. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
输赢成败，皆如沙上之塔，风来即散。为众生
Said it
之
looks
苦，
awesome. It does.
长漫于天地之间。
回家吧，这一切毫无意义。天命所归，我才是大唐。
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go. That's what I want. I just want to see the comeback.
什么都不会改变。
Let's go. Let's go.
没有我的帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。
Remind me of Assassin's Creed. I was gonna say that earlier. I was like, I kind of get some Assassin's Creed vibes. Assassin's Creed with more action.
如果神不肯拯救我们的部族，那就让我来。
阿娘，等着我。是对信使，每个人都做好了有去无回的打算。
I think this is gonna be pretty dope. It looks amazing, but y'all know how hey, you guys all know my slogan. We have all been tricked by the radio singer. This game looks amazing, and then we actually get to playing it, and it's kind of like, eh. But nah, hopefully, I think this will hold it down. So that was the coming to PC and consoles Blood Message.
These jobs.
Yeah, that was a game called Blood Message. I saw that trailer just randomly. Social media is great sometimes. Social media is good for that. Just put some games on your radar that you might not have never even thought of. But yeah, that seems like it's gonna be pretty cool. That is Blood Message coming to console. We have no release date, so don't ask me. I have no idea. What's the next game that I want to pull up for you guys? That was Blood. Oh, got this little weird game right here. That was also kind of dope. Lion Keeper. Got a weird ass name, but let's see, what'd you say? He said, "Play the Iron Eye trailer. They need a promotion." We'll do it for them.
Jobs aren't exactly legal.
Not exactly. Don't miss the 6-episode event only on Disney Plus.
This is bigger than you think.
Well, here goes nothing.
Ironheart now streaming only on Disney Plus.
Very nice. Oh shit! What was I doing? I lost track of what I was doing. There it is. Mind Keeper. Just a little trailer I want to show you guys, man. This is a game about build your mental defense and fight off waves of insecurities and inner demons in a tower defense shoot 'em up called Mind Keeper. Play this for you guys right quick. It's just, of course, you know, weird. It's weird enough where it gets my attention. What the hell? Like, what the hell is this? Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. Oh, perfect.
July.
Go
that
right into a
magical
good
time
segue.
of year where your wallet is as sunburnt as your
Say the
back.
hell- yeah,
Everything
man, that's
is
a game
happening.
called Mind
and
Keeper.
despite
Like
the
a
fact that you're
tower
busy as
defense
hell,
game.
publishers still
You
releasing
gotta fight off the
metric
mental-
titles you
your mental
absolutely do
demons.
not have time for. Whether you're into sword swinging, gun blasting, or cozy survival, this month has got something for you. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, we're counting down the top 10 new games dropping in July 2025.
What do we
Starting
have to
off
look
with
forward
number
to
10,
in
it's Tripwire Interactive's Killing Floor 3. Finally crawling out of development hell and onto your screens. Oh man, after a beta that people considered so rough, it made Cyberpunk 2077's launch look polished. The devs took a 4-month detour to fix what fans politely called everything. However, I have faith. Killing Floor's always been a series I enjoy. This new one set 70 years after the last game. You're part of Nightfall, a rebel group that's fighting off the Horizon Corporation's latest batch of bioengineered nightmares, Zeds, as you may know them. And you and 5 other people are going to take on smarter enemies and enough gore to make a butcher blush. Basically, it's Left 4 Dead meets Doom meets Cyberpunk 2077 meets zombies. And yeah, rough beta, but they delayed till July, specifically July 24th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. I think it's going to be good, personally. I'm really pulling for Killing Floor 3. Moving on to number 9, it's Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound.
Let's go.
Developed by the Game Kitchen and published by Dotemu and Koei
July
Tecmo, the
31st.
side-scrolling action platformer picks up immediately after the original Ninja Gaiden events, starring Kenji Mozu and optionally Kumori, with lightning-fast combat. You have precision dodges, wall grabs, deadly dash combos. Is very much like a modernization of the original Ninja Gaiden, like the stylish retro side-scrolling action game. I don't want to say it's exactly Ninja Gaiden with a modern polish. It looks like it's developed somewhat, which I think is good. I'm glad they aren't just giving us like a really old game in new clothes, I guess. Beautiful pixel
wait a minute.
art,
Is she
though.
doing
Absolutely beautiful
backflips on a
pixel art.
motorcycle?
One of those
You know what?
games I'm
Game bought,
super
man.
excited to play this one. Rage Bound is
my
coming to
money.
PC, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Switches, and it's coming July 31st. Moving on to number 8, it's Shadow Labyrinth, a gritty sci-fi reimagining of Pac-Man. I'm feigning ignorance here. I obviously have known about this for a while. And it's not exactly that. It's a Metroidvania where you play as swordsman number 8, and you're guided by a floating yellow orb named Puck, navigating a maze-like alien world, and that's how it's very loosely Pac-Man. This is one of those games where I don't think I'm really going to know exactly what to make of it until I play it, because, yeah, it's a Metroidvania, yeah, it's a 2D action platformer, yeah. And there is also Pac-Man stuff in it, like Pac-Man Championship Edition inspired stuff in it. I don't really know what to make of it. It looks cool. It looks like something I'm interested in playing, but will it be good? I've got a feeling it's just wily enough to be pretty good, but also, again, it's one of those things where I feel like I really got to play it to know. A lot of the time you can get a read on it. I can't. It's interesting, and that's about as far as I can really get with it. Shadow Labyrinth is coming July 18th to PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, as well as PC. And number 7 is Grounded. Obsidian made this sequel to the Shrink and Survive game they made called Grounded, and it's about to launch in game preview and early access. And you could probably go and say a bunch of very obvious improvements: the bigger backyard, meaning more area to explore. Apparently, triple the area over time, not immediately. But more importantly, you're going to be able to ride bugs. Like, you can tame ants, spiders, etc., and you can ride them into battle. Interestingly enough, Obsidian says this was only possible by dropping Xbox One support. I'm not completely sure I think that's true. Riding stuff isn't, new tech, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It's something that should have been in the original, and it's here now, and that's what matters. Like I said, Grounded 2 is launching in game preview and early access exclusively for PC and Xbox Series on July 29th. And number 6 is Tales of the Shire. Hey, you know that little peaceful interlude between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings? That serene time where people were kind of just hanging around, having hairy feet, living in hills and all that.
What's going on?
What if that was a life sim? I don't know. It's a weird question to ask, actually.
The same thing that happened last week when you came in, man. We just listened.
Shire during the
we
very
here
short
doing our
period of
weekly
time
thing.
where the
This is
world
High
wasn't
Noon
at
85.
war. Really
Appreciate you pulling up on us
hyper-specific
over here
want
on
there.
Kick.
Basically, what you're
Hope the
going to
week's
do
going
is
well.
be a hobbit, be alive, perfect your mushroom stew, garden, fish, forage. Like, on some level, I think this sounds like a really fun, cozy sim game. And on another level, I'm kind of like just massively confused how this got made. I'm glad to some extent. I mean, if it's good. And if it's not good, I'm not very glad about that at all. But it's different. It's interesting.
Yeah,
and I
just
don't understand how
Mel,
somebody greenlit it and put money towards it.
I'm trying
This
not
is
to
kind of
talk over
game that
all
your
the trailers.
mom
I'm
would
trying to
like
let y'all
after
listen.
complaining for decades about how you like all these violent video games. Be like, yeah, I'm playing a Hobbit game. You go fishing and garden. And it honestly could be very good. I mean, it's not like Stardew Valley isn't good. It is good. I don't know if it's going to be Hobbit Stardew Valley per se, but like as a point of reference, I think definitely workable. Tales of the Shire is coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, PC, and Nintendo Switch July 29th. And number 5 is Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. If Sekiro and Bloodborne were kind of combined and set in ancient China, I think that's basically what this would look like. It's a Souls-like action RPG from Lean Z and 505 Games, and it throws you into the late Ming Dynasty era stuff. You play as an amnesiac pirate, slowly turning into a monstrous bird person. That sounds very silly, but honestly, the game doesn't look silly at all. Looks like a pretty damn good Souls-like to me, but one that's maybe leaning a little bit further into narrative than your typical Souls-like, and I also think that's an interesting idea. I don't know if it's actually going to deliver on that, but it does feel like there's more going on. You're battling your inner demon stuff, and there's actually even systems tied to it. Every time you die or kill human enemies, there's a glowing red mark that appears on your neck. It makes you more powerful, but it also makes you more vulnerable. If you die with that mark active, your inner demon spawns as a boss fight, and it wields your weapons and abilities. It's an interesting idea, I think. It ties the narrative to the systems, and I think that's cool. But again, it's one of those ones where like you actually have to play it. It's a pretty serious looking game. Looks fairly high budget, but it's a $49 game that is launching on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC July 23rd. And number
I mean, it ain't but $50. I mean, I guess that's not really a heavy investment considering.
Home, The Stolen Dream. This one's a top-down stealth adventure that is part Commandos, part prestige TV drama. You play as a teen orphan who is searching for her missing brother, and as it turns out, that gets you tangled up in a deep conspiracy that threatens the entire city of Eric's-Holm. Insert Peter Griffin talking about them saying the title. So you have 3 protagonists. You have Hannah, the aforementioned orphan, and then Alva and Sebastian, and they all have unique skills. You'll be switching between these players to do different things. So you have stealth, puzzle solving, and you have some pretty detailed, interesting environments to be doing these things in. This is an impressive looking game for having a 16-person team. This is a very, very cinematic looking game. A lot of people who have had experience with it say it feels like you're playing a movie, which is potentially a pretty good compliment. I'm interested in it. It's going to be dropping on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series July 15th. And number 3 is RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business, a standalone expansion from Teon and Nacon. It doesn't require the original game, so you might call it a sequel, but I'm not 100% sure on that. They're calling it a standalone expansion, so I'm not going to dispute it. I don't know enough about Stars to dispute it. Anyway, this one's set in the Omni Tower, the massive housing complex turned war zone. You got new weapons like a cryo cannon, which freezes enemies solid. You can play as Alex Murphy in some flashback missions. There's some fresh stuff that they're tossing in here. Probably one of the bigger highlights is going to be piloting the ED-209, the robot, not the RoboCop, the robot. I don't know. RoboCop Rogue City was a great game. More RoboCop Rogue City with more stuff to do, more possibilities. I'm there. There's no questions. Unfinished Business is landing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC.
Did
July
y'all enjoy
17th.
the original RoboCop game? Because I never played.
And number 2 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. In all seriousness, 1 and 2 was great. It is really hard for me to imagine not really wanting 3 3 and 4, despite the fact they are doing a major change to the career mode. There has been a little bit of controversy about that specifically. I'm pretty okay with it, honestly. I'm just ready to play Tony Hawk's Pro
Me neither.
Skater
Like, I never
3
got
and
a
4
chance to
stuff.
play
You got
the,
all the original
Rogue City.
parts from
I know
3
a few
and 4.
people have,
you get
but
Enhanced Creative Skater,
they didn't
Create a
stream it,
Park,
so I didn't
New Game Plus,
actually see
and
what it
I
played
think they're
like.
kind of doing their best with this here
They
with the
said it was decent,
soundtrack
though.
because of licensing stuff. But you got some of the iconic tracks from the original games and some new additions. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 is coming to
I need to get that
PlayStations,
demo.
the Xboxes, the Nintendo Switches, and PC July 11th. And finally, at number 1, it's Donkey Kong Bonanza. So let me just say this. I'm so hyped for Donkey Kong Bonanza. You have no idea the amount of hype.
I mean, we talked
basically,
about that last
what if
week.
you do Mario Odyssey, but instead it's Donkey Kong Country with
Yep.
destructible environments, and that same, sometimes it's 2D and you play it in Donkey Kong Country style side-scrolling platforming thing that Sonic Unleashed pioneered, Mario Odyssey picked up on. I mean, that's not the only 3D Sonic thing they've picked up on. We've got open zone level design. Open zone level design, my folks. In all seriousness, I cannot express to you the amount of hype.
I know he-
This is
I figured he
easily
probably
one of
would have
my most anticipated games this year,
Yeah, you
and
better
I've only
catch it
known about
quick.
it for a short
That
period
might
of time.
be a
If it
3-hour
delivers,
stream.
this is, for me, game of the year material. Everything about this game is something that I have wanted in some way, shape, or form for a long
you gonna
time,
blink- you
and
gonna
to
blink, you
throw
gonna
it
be done
in
finished
within the
it.
first couple of months of Nintendo Switch 2, yeah, the pricing
You
sucks
gonna blink and he gonna be
on
done
this
finished the
thing,
game. He be
but they
rolling
know what they're
credits on your
doing.
ass.
I'm going to buy and play this game when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 on July 17th. I have a couple of bonus games for you as well. The first is Myco Punk, a new co-op FPS from Pigeons
Said
at
challenge
Play and
yourself.
Devolver Digital. This one gives you a very
Short
unique
stream on the
looking
way.
place to explore. Customizable weapons. I know, it looks kind of like a Risk of Rain 2 plus Fungus situation. Myco Punk is, of course, launching on Steam Early Access July 10th. And a mech showdown called Mecha Break, a free-to-play PvP and PvPvE mech shooter with several modes. You have your 3v3 arena, your 6v6 hero battles, and extraction, PvPvE. You're going to have a bunch of mech customizations. It is a live service game, free to play, of course, which means there are hazards, but the developers promise that the monetization is going to be limited to cosmetics.
July 1st,
so
we
hopefully
in, we
no
locked
pay to win,
in.
but we'll see. Kind
All
of a
right.
Titanfall-ish,
Y'all know where I'm
Team
gonna be.
Fortress-ish thing, looks like. At EA Sports College Football 26,
Damn,
it
that's
was
July
11
10th?
years before they
Sheesh.
put out College Football 25. It's really a series that a lot of people missed, and I think it went over pretty well because they're obviously putting another one out. I am not 100% sure if they're just updating rosters
Josh,
and
what's up,
stuff
man?
like your typical game, or they're trying a lot of new things.
Appreciate you pulling
There
up.
are a
What's
few
going on with you? How
modes
you
that
been?
I don't think were in the previous Road to Glory mode, which includes high school football. There's a dynasty mode, but otherwise I'm just kind of expecting a yearly iterative experience, which is good because College Football 25 was good. College Football 26 is landing July 10th on PS5 and Xbox Series. And total chaos because partial chaos is just not enough. Hey, just when you thought it was safe to go back and abandon mining colonies. Because that always goes so well, you know.
Right, you
Trigger
know.
Happy Interactive, the guys behind Turbo Overkill, and legendary publishers Apogee Entertainment have brought us a survival horror game set in the decaying ruins of Fort Oasis, which, by the way, makes Silent Hill look like a frickin' vacation spot. You wash ashore, you're a Coast Guardsman, and you find that reality in Fort Oasis is a little more flexible than you might expect. You're guided by a helpful voice on a walkie-talkie. That's certainly not suspicious
doing
in
it.
any way. I wouldn't regard it as a threat at all.
We're
Just
not
do what it
doing
says, right? Would you kindly and
There
all
you go,
that.
there you go. Hey,
in
Scorpion
this
Queen, there
game,
goes another spooky
you
season
salvage
game for you right there.
scraps, you craft melee weapons, might
Nope,
I add. I mean,
not
this
doing it.
game feels kind of like somewhere between BioShock, Silent Hill, and Vermintide. How do I know? Well, I have played it. You can too. There's a demo of this one available. I would highly recommend it.
Oh, they got
It's
a
a lot
demo.
of fun.
There you
If
go.
the whole game is as fun as a demo. I think it's going to be a
Try
fun
it
game.
out.
Total Chaos is coming July 24th to PC. And
I'm
that's
not
all for
playing
today.
this
Leave us a
game.
comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription.
Not
So
doing
click
it.
subscribe. Don't forget to enable.
You got it. Hey, we believe in you. Oh, hey, I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it. So those are your games coming out July of this year. That's everything that's finna drop in the next month. Highlights of that, Make or Break, of course. Make or Break, NCAA I might wait to get NCAA, but I waited last year and I just completely missed it. I just completely didn't play it. But let me see what's on my list for that. Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound, that's July what? This is
Moving on to number 9, it's Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound, developed by the Game
okay, it just says get that out the way, get the caption out the way.
Kitchen and published by Dotemu and Koei Tecmo. This side-scrolling action platformer picks up immediately after the
That comes out the end. That comes out the end of July. Okay. He said, look, now one of y'all gotta play the scary. We already locked in for Little Nightmares 3. That's what we started the show with. We started the show with Little Nightmares 3. We have our release date is October 10th. We locked in. Y'all get one out of us. Okay, and you're only getting that. You only getting that because we get to play it together. Okay. Y'all got us for one. It say smell play the scary ones. He got it. He got it. He said I'll play him. I just don't get scared though. It's not fun watching me play him. Hey man. Y'all got it, man. That's a whole different world. A whole new world. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching. When I get to see Dismember. Speaking of, we got a ad finna start in like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Use your free Prime sub if you got Amazon Prime. If not, you can catch us over on Kick. You can catch us over on YouTube, doing the things for free, man. You know, I'm getting a lot of Kick followers, man, but I know these ain't nothing but bots. All right. I know they ain't nothing but bots, which I guess is cool because it, as far as numbers, but nobody's interacting over on Kick. And I'm just getting a hell of a lot of bots. And it's weird. But yeah, once I get to see severed heads and bodies flying around untethered, nah, you got it. You got it. Floating around in the shadows all willy-nilly. You got it. All right. You ain't gonna treat me with the flim. You're not finna treat me with the flim flam. Oh shit. Let me mute that. Yeah, you're not finna treat me with the flim flam. Speaking of horror games, I just don't do jump scares. It's really kind of about, for me, it's really about the atmosphere. Say the flim flam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm finna hit me with the flim flam. All right. B-Dub, what's going on? Appreciate you pulling up on us. Shout out to my peoples, man. Shout out to my folks pulling up on us, man. Hey, man, we here today. We here today. Now I gotta wake up. All right. Now I gotta wake up. I've been sitting here fighting sleep. I'm yawning. Okay, I might have got 3 hours of sleep, man. Maybe. But we gonna thug it through, man. We gonna thug it through. Again, this is High Noon, issue number 85. I'm your host, Chauvin, aka Chauvinistic, man. We here for this thing. Shout out to everybody checking us over on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube right now. Y'all can come check. Y'all can check this broadcast out again on YouTube later on. If y'all missed anything. And right now we're just talking about what's on the plate. What's on the plate for us for July, man? We just got through watching the top 10 games coming out for next month. And we got through talking about FBC Firebreak and what we've been playing in June. I have that Cyberpunk Bomb Rush, whatever. I have that downloaded on PlayStation. I might play that just to kind of knock it off, man. I don't think that's gonna take too long. I think that might be a good little 6-7 hour game. So we might knock that off. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, just some of them scary games though, man. Like I said, we got Little Nightmares in October. And October's a busy month, man. So y'all lock in with us. Y'all lock in with us, man. What is the next game I wanted to show y'all? I was gonna make a point. Oh yeah, since we were talking about horror games, okay, we now have some new gameplay from Chronos, the New Dawn. This is one of the games they showed at the Xbox Direct a couple weeks ago, and I told y'all I'm not touching it, and you're about to see why. Let's go.
Hey, T, how you doing?
No,
Good.
The Hulu ad is not why, but you know, let's get right.
Hello, my name is Jacek Ziemba and I am game director in Project Chronos.
And my name is Shamilian Bukhtin.
They
I'm
all
lead
talk like they got
designer
peanut
here
butter.
in Chronos.
And today we want to talk about combat in Chronos The New Dawn.
Serious business.
How does
So we
combat
want to
work?
make a combat experience in a surviving atmosphere where we put a lot of emphasis into a tactical experience for the players.
We need to stay cautious and call all the time because our enemies, orphans, can merge with each other. So when you kill an enemy, it creates, in a way, a fuel for other enemies to be absorbed and then to become stronger.
Oh yeah, that's straight
So
off
yeah, it's
of
tactical
Dead Space.
gameplay, but during the fight, you need
That
to
is-
also
that
think
is
very fast. What to
Straight
do.
out of Dead Space.
Aiming into the tactical and decision-making approach, we are making each encounter in the game handcrafty, which leads to
So you're
that
not playing this either? Oh,
somewhere
no.
you have environment as your own advantage.
I'm showing
Somewhere
this for
not,
y'all,
it's going to be
okay?
a disadvantage. Somewhere you can use
I'm
the
not touching
canister.
it.
Somewhere you can lure the enemy out into your position. Or you can do vice versa and just go into melee and fight with your enemies with your best luck.
There's no one solution
You
to
ain't
how
gotta
to clear out
never
arenas
worry about
and
me
so on.
playing.
Depends on your playstyle. Even in here when we develop the game, some of us play more offensive, more defensive. It all depends on your loadout, your gameplay style in a way, and how you want to approach it, and how many resources you have. So there's a lot of variability there.
Hey, listen, but that's not counted out. Because if it's on Game
up to
Pass,
you
I
how the
might,
resource management would
I
be
might
handled.
swing it
Because
if it's on
here
Game Pass.
we are giving you different types of weapons, different tools, abilities, and throughout the game you have to by yourself figure out what works best for you, what kind of player you are, and what kind of strategy fits for you better in our environment.
Resource management is also a key, of course, in survival horror, but definitely in our
might,
game.
if it's
So
on
it's very
Game Pass,
important
if
what
it's
you
on
are
Game
doing
Pass,
before
then
the
I
fight,
might.
with the resource during the fight and after the fight. If you are
I
more
might.
offensive player, you can craft maybe more ammunition. You're a more defensive one or want to have more health packs. Okay, from the same resources, you will decide, okay, I want to have something for, when it
You know
will
what
be
I'm saying?
needed.
If it's on Game Pass,
Yes, of course you can. As many other survival horror games, we made a decent progression tree for the player, so you
Sloth,
can
what's up,
upgrade
man?
your weaponry, your tools, your suit.
Piece of good
It's up
entertainment,
to
man. How your week going?
how you would like to
Appreciate you pulling up on
upgrade your
us.
character that fits best for your playstyle. In Chronos game, we came up with a different takes on the enemies. So here we
But
build
nah, this is
different types of
definitely
roles for them.
off of
So
Dead
imagine
Space.
a role of a runner whose basic goal is to run to the player and kill him as fast as it can. Or a different one, which is like a ranger character who stays behind and shoots you and forces you to go closer to him. There are bruisers, there are big-ass tanky guys whose the only goal is to grab as much resources they can from you. With that idea, we created a
even worry
lot
about
of unique encounters within the game.
Shit
And we're
shuffling
asking
around
you
in the dark.
to
Nope, not
think,
doing it.
analyze, and decide on yourself what would be the best target to start fighting.
Shit
All of that
shuffling
is
around in the
by a
dark.
merge system. So even if you're, very good at what Shamil said, when merge happen, now, your running enemy can become a tank enemy.
Oh yeah.
And even have a range attack now, or other attacks, and just become stronger and stronger if you let them merge, so don't do it. So you need to be very careful, how to approach combat with our enemies, because different things can happen during the fight. but also we mix that with different types of enemies, like more sneaky ones, or like more like trap-like ones here and there, also to change the pace of the game. But also I think somebody said something about boss fights.
No. We're not talking about boss fights.
So yeah, that's a secret, sorry.
Ooh, show me a boss
yes
fight.
And no.
Say I
So
need
all
it.
travelers need to jump to the past to extract some targets, but each of them will have different, let's say, list of them.
What is the weapon?
You can find an upgrade in the game that can tell the state of health of enemies. So how much they still have before you kill them by using guns. You raise your leg and you stomp.
With a heavy sound.
Yeah. No. You will suffer. So that's all
Say,
for
what if you
today.
do let 'em
Thank you for
merge?
watching and stay tuned for more materials in the future about Chronos the New Dawn.
Oh man, I thought they were gonna give us a release date. But hey, 2025, they ain't gotta worry about me playing it. That's one thing about it. 2 things for certain, 3 things for sure. You ain't gotta worry about me playing it. Nope. Looks great. Looks amazing. I'll be tuning into your streams if y'all let me know you're streaming it. I'll be there. All right. Watching it in third person and cheering you on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not touching that shit. Y'all good, man. Y'all are good to go. Sloth, what's going on with you, man? He said first day for me. Hey, you in there. You got it. You got it. Soon as that release date. I see y'all. Hey, listen, y'all gotta go catch Grizz streams. When he does play a story game, please go watch it because you're gonna miss it. All right. He's gonna miss it. 4 hours max, and the game is done. All right. 4 hours max, and the game is done. Okay. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So you got a solid 4 hours to waste. Tune into him when he playing the story game. But nah, that was Chronos the New Dawn, man. That's gonna be I guess I call it a Dead Space like coming out on all platforms later this year. He said he gonna finish Death Stranding in 20 hours. You giving him 20? You giving him 20? Oh, I might take about 4 or 5 hours off of that. It might 15, 12-ish. 15, 12-ish, man. I'm gonna play one next week. Cool. And then maybe I can kind of get like caught up on what's going on in the story. Cause I have no idea what damn is going. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't have no idea. I have a very faint idea on what's going on in Death Stranding because I've been watching lore videos. So hopefully I can kind of get it together. Oh shit, there we go. A Death Stranding recap. Speaking of,
When people can sense danger, they either fight, fly, or freeze.
Guys, make sure y'all go watch Ironheart, man.
I think I have to fight magic with magic. Wait, what?
Ironheart, now streaming.
Support us. Spoiler alert.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach is nearly here. And if you're like us, you could probably do with a recap of all the important events of the first game. After all, it wasn't that simple to wrap your head around the first time, was it? Here we'll take you through the story as succinctly as we possibly can, as well as go through what we know about the sequel and where it could be going for its cast of characters. But first, let's set the stage. Death Stranding is a post-apocalyptic story, only instead of the end coming by zombies, nuclear war, or a giant asteroid, it came by an event known as, well, the Death Stranding. The Death Stranding was a cataclysmic event in which ghostly beach things, or BTs, suddenly appeared in the world of the living, triggering a massive amount of simultaneous explosion-like void-outs all over the world that eradicated everything that was caught up in them, leaving nothing but craters in their wake.
An explosion. That will be our last.
As a result of the Death Stranding, previously undiscovered particles known as chiralium appeared in our world. Rain turned into timefall that rapidly ages whatever it touches, and those BTs still wander around the world in rapidly ages whatever it touches, and those BTs still wander around the world in rainy areas. They're then pulled magnetically towards life if disturbed from their eerie thing. Bodies need to be burned when they die, otherwise they will eventually necrotize and turn into BTs. Anyway, on one such disposal job, things go bad. Like really, really bad. A mysterious masked man seemingly controlling BTs sets them on Sam's buddy, and before he's able to kill himself, a giant BT swallows him whole, triggering a void out, and killing Sam in the process. Well, kinda. The thing is, Sam's a repatriate, which means that when he dies, his soul winds up in a place called the Seam, where he's able to guide his soul through a tool, but come on, who could possibly kill that adorable little face? Right. Sam keeps the BB, and good thing too, because BTs quickly corner Sam inside the incinerator. Thankfully, BBs allow the wearer to see where these specters are, giving Sam a chance to escape without triggering another void out.
Troy Baker is making a lot of money.
Higgs introduces himself with a classic villain monologue, all of which makes much more sense later on, and then, because he appears to be able to control them, sends his BTs after you. After throwing a bunch of blood grenades at a whale, we set sail across the lake to the real meat of the game, the Central region. It's here that Sam gets to fully know Fragile, a fellow transporter who has a freaky umbrella that gives her the ability to teleport and an appetite for cryptobiotes. She's also hungry for revenge against Higgs, as the two used to be partners before he used her to unwittingly turn Middle Knot City into a crater and almost blow up South Knot 2. When Fragile was caught attempting to save South Knot City, Higgs offered her a choice. Save the city by running through rapidly agifying timefall and throwing the bomb into a pre-existing crater, or save herself. Judging by Fragile's scarred body from neck to toe, it's easy to see what choice she made.
Well, there it is. You are a goddamn hero.
This is all important because Higgs sneaks a bomb into Sam's cargo and makes another attempt at removing South Knot from the map. Fortunately, Sam's able to spot the explosive in time and tosses it into a tar pit. As he continues on his journey, Sam eventually gets swept up in a crazy storm and finds himself on a battlefield sometime during World War I. This is where he meets Clifford, a character we'd previously only known through BB's flashbacks.
Wait a minute. I think I missed something.
As he continues on his journey, Sam eventually gets swept up in a crazy storm and finds himself on a battlefield sometime during World War I. This is where he meets Clifford, a character we'd previously only known through BB's flashbacks. Turns out, Clifford really wants that BB, and he's willing to turn his small army of Skella soldiers against Sam to get it. But Sam fights his way out, and apparently only a few seconds passed in the real world while Sam was away.
That can't be right. I was there for hours, it felt like.
Sam's next stop has him meeting Mama, a woman who is tethered to her dead baby, which floats above her as a BT.
What the?
Mama's story is a tragic one, but the short version of it is terrorists attacked a hospital where she was giving birth, she got stuck under rubble during the C-section operation, and her baby died while Mama lived, connecting them via a BT's umbilical cord.
Yeah, that's sad.
I gave birth.
That's super sad.
There in the rubble.
Mama informs Sam that the chiral density is way higher than she ever expected as a result of Sam connecting stations to the chiral network. Even stranger, the limiter that she placed on the Cupid, the device that Sam used to connect the stations to the chiral network, is faulty. She warns that if Sam continues extending the chiral network as is, he may actually cause another Death Stranding.
Maybe we're making things worse. Maybe not. But it's the only plan we've got.
She gives Sam another Cupid, but in order to get it to work, Sam needs to seek out a woman named Lochna, who it turns out is actually Mama's estranged twin sister.
It's good to hear your voice again.
To prove that Bridges is truly trustworthy to Lochna, Sam reunites the two sisters, but not before cutting the umbilical cord connecting Mama to her BT baby and running away from Higgs and his giant BT lion.
He looks hungry.
Mama, whose real name is Malignan, dies on arrival, a result of severing her ties with her BT baby, but her soul becomes one with Loch Ness. Interestingly, Mama's body doesn't show any signs of necrotization, but we'll get to that in a bit. When Sam returns back to his room and takes a nap, he wakes up to find that the BB, who he now adorably calls Lou, is missing. Deadman informs him that while BBs are meant to be a bridge between the world of the living and the other side, Lou is starting to veer too closely to the world of the living by developing into an actual baby. Deadman warns that Lou will cease functioning in a couple of days if he's not able to perform an operation to reset it, essentially tugging it back to the middle of the line between the two worlds.
I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side.
Sam hands Lou over to Deadman, leaving Sam with a few missions where he can't detect BTs. That's a really evil thing to do. Thanks, Kojima.
Maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Yes.
Fast forward a bit to Sam's reunion with Deadman, where both of them get caught up in a storm that leads to yet another meeting with our good friend, Clifford Unger.
This is all my fault.
They find themselves inside a World War II themed nightmare world, where Deadman hands over the newly reset BB, which has now imprinted itself upon Deadman, finally making him see them as more than just tools. Sam faces off against Clifford once again, and in another scuffle, he manages to snag Clifford's dog tag before waking up in his private room. This is where we learn a whole boatload of secrets, including what happened with Sam's wife and child, they died in a void out, why Deadman is, well, the way that he is. He's an artificial human grown from pluripotent stem cells, with parts of him made up of body parts from corpses to replace the defective ones. And the identity of Clifford Unger. He's a U.S. Army Special Forces captain who served in Kosovo and Iraq.
Well, that's all I've managed to dig up so far.
After that lore dump, it's time for Sam to pay a visit to Heartman, who lives in a deeper explanation of what a beach is in Death Stranding. A beach, as Heartman explains, is a space created by one's soul. They're called beaches, but they don't have to look like actual beaches. They're shaped by the individual's beliefs, religion, philosophy, etc., and when a person dies, their beach essentially acts as a corridor connecting them to the other side. A sort of limbo.
See, that's where it gets real
Each
crazy.
person
right
has
then.
their own unique beach. But if a bunch of people die all at once, their beaches become tangled in what's called as a strand field. So those World War battlefields that Sam finds Clifford in are beaches. That thing that Fragile uses to teleport her is her beach. That beach that Sam and Amelie converse on, it is a more beachy beach.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
So why does Hartman know so much about beaches, we hear you ask? Well, he has a very close relationship with them, as he dies every 21 minutes for 3 minutes before being revived, allowing him to explore beaches 60 times per day to locate and reunite with his dead wife and child. At the time Sam meets him, he's been to the beach 218,549 times.
Don't go! Please, don't go!
Sam makes his way to Hartman with Mama.
Wait. What happened? What is OBS doing, bro? Are we good? Hold on. Are we good? Can y'all hear me? All right, we're good on YouTube, but let me see if we're good over here. Hold on. Why this don't? Wow. What are we doing? Our stream aborted. So that's cool. The fuck is going on? No, the stream ain't ended. The fuck? Bro, what is going on, man? No, I'm still good. Am I still live on YouTube? That's crazy. So I'm still live on YouTube, but not over here. Yeah, that's weird as hell. Let me push that right there.
Mama's non-decomposing / non-necrotizing corpse on his back, along with a mysterious umbilical cord that Deadman wants him to investigate. A couple of deliveries and chiral network additions later, we learn that the umbilical cord actually belonged to Bridget Strand, and is the key to unlocking the mystery of the Death Stranding. Hartman deduces that the cord, along with Mama's body, has cells infused with chiralium, giving them a connection to the beach and allowing them to escape the flow of time.
We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life.
Now, here's where things get the last 2 episodes of Evangelion levels of crazy. The umbilical cord leads Hartman to believe that Bridget Strand was actually an extinction entity, and that Amelie, being her daughter, may actually be an extinction entity herself as well. Though Higgs already told us that, so thanks for the spoiler warning, Higgs.
Careful. Contents are fragile.
After crossing a giant tar pit, Sam finally reaches his destination on the West Coast and completes his goal of reconnecting America. It's at this point where Higgs reappears with Amelie, applauding Sam on a job well done. Now that the chiral network is complete, Higgs plans on using Amelie to merge all of mankind's beaches into a single shore and trigger a final Death Stranding to bring on the 6th and most devastating extinction event. Which brings us to the big old boss fight. After defeating Higgs's giant BT, Higgs runs off with Amelie to the beach. Fortunately, with Fragile's special power, Sam is able to follow them for one final fisticuff showdown. After beating up Higgs and leaving his fate to Fragile, Sam rescues Amelie. And everything seems to be fine, right? Well, not quite. Turns out Amelie lied to Sam about a bunch of stuff, and we'll get to that in a second. But there's also still the matter of Clifford and his hunt for his BB. Clifford appears on the beach Sam is on, along with Die Hard Man and Bridget Strand. Cliff recognizes Die Hard Man and Bridget and demands his BB back.
Give me back my
I have no idea what
Bridget
happened.
points him in Sam's direction,
I'm
but
still
before he's
streaming-
able
I'm
to get
still
to Sam,
live on
Amelie
YouTube.
shoves Sam off a cliff,
But
and he reawakens in a
Twitch just
private
kinda-
room. Now,
I don't
it's
know.
time for Sam to head all the way back east. Right before he
don't
reaches
know
his
what's going
destination,
on, honestly.
a familiar storm kicks up, and he's off to have one last showdown with Clifford. After
I don't-
defeating him
we
for
done
the
missed
last
all of
time,
this shit.
Sam finally learns with parts of him made up of body parts from
Hold on, let's see if we
corpses
can
to
fix
replace the
something.
defective ones, and the identity of Clifford Unger. He's a U.S. Army Special Forces captain who served in Kosovo and Iraq.
Well, that's all I've managed to dig up so far.
After that lore dump, it's time for Sam to pay a visit to Heartman, who lives in a deeper explanation of what a beach is in Death Stranding. A beach, as Hartman explains, is a space created by one's soul. They're called beaches, but they don't have to look like actual beaches. They're shaped by the individual's beliefs, religion, philosophy, etc., and when a person dies, their beach essentially acts as a corridor connecting them to the other side. A sort of limbo, so to speak. Each person has their own unique beach.
I don't know if that's a
but if
Twitch
a
thing.
bunch of people die all at once, their beaches become tangled in what's called as a strand field. So those World
Yeah, I
War
don't know if that's
battlefields
a
that Sam
Twitch thing
finds
or what.
Clifford in are beaches. That thing that Fragile uses to teleport her is her beach. That beach that Sam and Amelie
Check,
converse on, that's a, well, it is
Check.
a more
Can y'all still hear
beachy
me?
beach.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
So why does Hartman know so much about beaches, we hear you ask? Well, he has a very close relationship with them, as he dies every 21 minutes for 3 minutes before being revived, allowing him to explore beaches 60
what?
times
He
per
dies
day to
3
locate
minutes
and
before
reunite
every
with his dead
21
wife and
minutes.
child. At the time Sam meets him, he's been to the beach 218,549 times.
Don't go! Please, don't go!
As y'all can
Sam
see,
makes his way to Hartman with Mama's
As y'all can see,
non-decomposing /
this game is
non-necrotizing
confusing
corpse
as hell.
on his back, along with a
I don't
mysterious
know what's
umbilical
going on.
cord that Deadman wants him to investigate. A couple of deliveries and chiral network additions later, we learn that the umbilical cord actually belonged to Bridget Strand and is the key to unlocking the mystery of the Death Stranding. Hartman deduces that the cord, along with Mama's body, has cells infused with chiralium, giving them a connection to the beach and allowing them to escape the flow of time.
We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life.
Now, here's where things get the last 2 episodes of Evangelion levels of crazy. The umbilical cord leads Hartman to believe that Bridget Strand was actually an extinction entity, and that Amelie, being her daughter, may actually be an extinction entity herself as well. Though Higgs already told us that, so thanks for the spoiler warning, Higgs.
Careful. Contents are fragile.
After crossing a giant tar pit, Sam finally reaches his destination on the West Coast and completes his goal of reconnecting America. It's at
That's
this
a
point
OBS
where Higgs
thing.
reappears with Amelie, applauding Sam
It's
on
an
a job
OBS
well
thing,
done.
because now
Now
it's
that the
saying
chiral network is
live
complete,
offline.
Higgs plans on using
And clearly
Amelie
I'm
to
online.
merge all of mankind's beaches into a single shore and trigger a final Death Stranding to bring on the
I don't know,
6th
man.
and most devastating extinction event. Which brings us to the big old boss fight. After defeating Higgs's giant BT, Higgs runs off with Amelie to the beach. Fortunately, with Fragile's special power, Sam is able to follow them for one final fisticuff showdown. After beating up Higgs and leaving his fate to Fragile, Sam rescues Amelie. And everything seems to be fine, right? Well, not quite. Turns out Amelie lied to Sam about a bunch of stuff, and we'll get to that in a second. But there's also still the matter of Clifford and his hunt for his
Maybe
BB.
not stretching
Clifford
internet with
appears
3
on the beach
platforms
Sam is
going at the
on,
same time.
along with
That
Die
could
Hard
have
Man
something to
and
do
Bridget
with it.
Strand. Cliff recognizes Die Hard Man and Bridget and demands his BB back.
Give me back my BB.
Bridget points him in Sam's direction, but before he's able to get to Sam, Amelie shoves Sam off a cliff, and he reawakens in a private room. Now, it's time for Sam to head all the way back east. Right before he reaches his destination, a familiar storm kicks up, and he's off to have one last showdown with Clifford. After
Yeah, 'cause
defeating
I done
him for the
totally
last
missed all
time,
this shit trying to
Sam
fix this.
finally learns the truth. Clifford's actually not such a bad guy
What's all
after
good?
all. He was a war hero, a loving father, and a heartbroken husband who was lied to
So I
when he
can't wait to
entrusted
watch
his
y'all
baby
play
to
this.
Bridget
Listen,
Strand
I have
after
no idea
his
what's
wife
going on.
wound up in a coma. Oh, and Sam is actually Clifford's son, as well as being the BB Cliff has been searching for all this time. Die Hard Man, a soldier who served under Clifford, attempted to give Cliff the space to break him and his baby out. But Clifford got the result of the Death Stranding as well.
Let's start from the beginning.
Death Stranding 2
'Cause I have
on
no
the
idea
beach
what
is
happened.
nearly here. And if you're like us, you could probably do with a recap of all the important events of the first game.
I have no idea what
After
happened
all,
with
it
OBS
wasn't
just
that
then.
simple to wrap your head around the first time, was it? Here we'll take you through the 2019 game story as succinctly as we possibly can, as well as go through what we know about the sequel and where it could be going for its cast of characters. But first, let's set the stage.
That's insane. But it's okay.
Death Stranding is a post-apocalyptic story, only instead of the end coming by zombies, nuclear war, or a giant
I need
asteroid,
to start it over
it came
anyway,
by
'cause
an
I have
event
no
known
idea
as,
what's going on.
well, the Death Stranding.
Okay, we
the
got
Death
the Death
Stranding was a
Stranding.
cataclysmic event in which ghostly beach things, or BTs, suddenly appeared in the world of the living, triggering a massive amount of simultaneous explosion-like void-outs all over the world that eradicated everything that was caught up in them, leaving nothing but craters in their wake.
An explosion. That will be our last.
Okay.
As a result of the Death Stranding, previously undiscovered particles known as chiralium appeared in our world. Rain turned into timefall that rapidly ages whatever it touches, and those BTs still wander around the world in rainy areas. They're then pulled magnetically towards life if disturbed from their eerie hovering, and eventually cause more void outs if contact is made. Naturally, this has led the remnants of humanity to turtle up inside isolated cities, thus creating the need for transporters, those brave enough to make the journey to deliver essentials from one city to another. Porters are some of the most valuable people in this death-stranded world.
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam.
Enter Sam Porter Bridges, who begins the story assisting body disposal specialists. Ever since the Death Stranding, bodies need to be burned when they die. Otherwise, they will eventually necrotize and turn into BTs. Anyway, on one such disposal job, things go bad. Like really, really bad. A mysterious masked man seemingly controlling BTs sets them on Sam's buddy, and before he's able to kill himself, a giant BT swallows him whole, triggering a void out and killing Sam in the process. Well, kinda.
What's up,
the thing is, Sam's a repatriate, which means that when he dies, his soul winds up in a place called the Seam, where he's able to guide his soul through water back to his body, enter through the mouth, slide down the esophagus where there's a baby who gives him a thumbs up and...
Okay, see, they lost me right here. All right, so apparently he went to limbo. He died in an ambush. He died in limbo. Where the hell does the baby in the throat come from? Pause. Where does any of this even correlate with anything? Okay. This is where they lost me.
The next thing he knows, he's back to life spewing tar out of his mouth. Look, don't ask me how it works. Ask Kojima. Anyway, Sam gets picked up by a digitized Guillermo del Toro who goes by Deadman, on account of him being well acquainted with the dead. Deadman sends Sam to see his adoptive mother, Bridget Strand, the first and last female president of the United States, who also happens to be currently dying of cancer. Bridget dies trying to convince him to head west and help her daughter Amelie in making America whole, leaving him with one final, I love you, and a cryptic,
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Though still not convinced of taking up Bridget's vision to reconnect America, Sam agrees to take Bridget's body to the incinerator due to the corpse disposal team being voided out of existence.
Okay.
Deadman wants Sam to burn it as well, thinking it no more than a tool, but come on, who could possibly kill that adorable little face? Sam keeps the BB, and good thing too, because BTs quickly corner Sam inside the incinerator. Thankfully, BBs allow the wearer to see where these specters are, giving Sam a chance to escape without triggering another void out. Upon returning, Sam finally reunites with Amelie, who echoes Bridget's pleas for him to head west, establish the chiral network, and rescue her, as she's been captured by a group of terrorists known as the Homo Demons, or Madmen. Understandably exhausted by all this, Sam takes a nap and awakens on the beach, where he once again finds Amelie, and after another plea for help and some ominous foreshadowing, Sam finally agrees, and thus truly begins this epic endeavor to reconnect the country and re-establish the United Cities of America. Eventually, Sam makes his way to Port Knot City, and it's here that he has the reunion with the masked man from the beginning of the game. We learn that his name is Higgs.
Sloth. I thought I was the only one heard that, but maybe I'm tripping. Okay. Maybe I'm tripping, but I could have sworn they said that they were called the Homo Demons. That's what I heard. Okay. Maybe can y'all confirm? Can y'all confirm? Is that what we all heard? They called them the Homo Demons. All right. He said that's what I heard. I'm just listen. Hey. We just trying to understand the story, man. Kojima, I don't know what you got going on. I trust your vision. Okay. I was not familiar with your game. Okay. Literally, I was not familiar with your game. So I heard Homo Demons, aka the Madmen. We just gonna call them the Madmen. Cause I'm not trying. Listen, it's still Pride Month, and I'm not here to get canceled this week. All right, that's what I heard.
And that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, we're just gonna call them the madmen. I'm not gonna call them the homo demons. All right. They say, yeah, it's Latin. Okay, hey. He trying to inject a little culture into it. Okay, I get, hey, cool. I'm just gonna call them the madmen. All right, because it's still Pride Month, and I don't want to get wrapped up in none of that. All right, with respect, hey man, you love who you love. All right. Ooh wee, Kojima a wild boy, man.
Named after the God particle, the Higgs boson.
The particle of
He a wild
God
boy,
that
man.
permeates all existence.
Higgs introduces himself with a classic villain monologue, all of which makes much more sense later on, and then, because he appears to be able to control them, sends his BTs after you. After throwing a bunch of blood grenades at a whale, we set sail across the lake to the real meat of the game, the Central region. It's here that Sam gets to fully know Fragile, a fellow transporter who has a freaky umbrella that gives her the ability to teleport and an appetite for cryptobiotes. She's also hungry for revenge against Higgs, as the two used to be partners before he used her to unwittingly turn Middle Knot City into a crater and almost blow up South Knot 2. When Fragile was caught attempting to save South Knot City, Higgs offered her a choice. Save the city by running through rapidly age-defying timefall and throwing the bomb into a pre-existing crater, or save herself. Judging by Fragile's scarred body from neck to toe, it's easy to see what choice she made.
Well, there it is. You are a goddamn hero.
This is all important because Higgs sneaks a bomb into Sam's cargo and makes another attempt at removing South Knot from the map. Fortunately, Sam's able to spot the explosive in time and tosses it into a tar pit. As he continues on his journey, Sam eventually gets swept up in a crazy storm and finds himself on a battlefield sometime during World War I. This is where he meets Clifford, a character we'd previously only known through BB's flashbacks. Turns out, Clifford really wants that BB, and he's willing to turn his small army of Skella soldiers against Sam to get it. But Sam fights his way out, and apparently only a few seconds passed in the real world while Sam was away.
That can't be right. I was there for hours, it felt like.
Sam's next stop has him meeting Mama, a woman who is tethered to her dead baby,
Now, this part
which
was sad
floats
as hell.
above her as a BT.
What the?
Mama's story is a tragic one.
This was
but the
heavy.
short version of it is, terrorists attacked a hospital where she was giving birth, she got stuck under rubble during the C-section operation, and her baby died while Mama lived, connecting them via a BT's umbilical cord.
I gave birth there in the rubble.
That's
Mama
crazy.
informs Sam that the chiral density is way higher than she ever expected as a result of Sam connecting stations to the chiral network. Even stranger, the limiter that she placed on the Cupid, the device that Sam used to connect the stations to the chiral network, is faulty. She warns that if Sam continues extending the chiral network as is, he may actually cause another Death Stranding.
Maybe we're making things worse. Maybe not. But it's the only plan we've got.
She gives Sam another Cupid, but in order to get it to work, Sam needs to seek out a woman named Lochna, who it turns out is actually Mama's estranged twin sister.
It's good to hear your voice again.
To prove that Bridges is truly trustworthy to Lochna, Sam reunites the two sisters, but not before cutting the umbilical cord connecting Mama to her BT baby and running away from Higgs and his giant BT lion.
He looks hungry.
This game
Mama,
weird as hell,
whose real
man.
name is Malignan, dies on arrival, a result of severing her ties with her BT baby, but her soul becomes one with Lochna's. Interestingly, Mama's body doesn't show any signs of necrotization, but we'll get to that in a bit. When Sam returns back to his room and takes a nap, he wakes up to find that the BB, who he now adorably calls Lou, is missing. Deadman informs him that while BBs are meant to be a bridge between the world of the living and the other side, Lou is starting to veer too closely to the world of the living by developing into an actual baby. Deadman warns that Lou will cease functioning in a couple of days if he's not able to perform an operation to reset it, essentially tugging it back to the middle of the line between the two worlds.
I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side.
Sam hands Lou over to Deadman, leaving Sam with a few missions where he can't detect BTs. That's a really evil thing to do. Thanks, Kojima.
That's
Get the
crazy.
hell out of here.
Why would he do that?
Fast forward a bit to Sam's reunion with Deadman, where both of them get caught up in a storm that leads to yet another meeting with our good friend, Clifford Unger.
This is all my fault.
they find themselves inside a World War II themed nightmare world, where Deadman hands over the newly reset BB, which has now imprinted itself upon Deadman, finally making him see them as more than just tools. Sam faces off against Clifford once again, and in another scuffle, he manages to snag Clifford's dog tag before waking up in his private room. This is where we learn a whole boatload of secrets, including what happened with Sam's wife and child, they died in a void out, why Deadman is, well, the way that he is. He's an artificial human grown from pluripotent stem cells, with parts of him made up of body parts from corpses to replace the defective ones. And the identity of Clifford
I hope
Unger.
y'all taking
He's
notes,
a
'cause
U.S.
there's gonna
Army
be a test
Special
at the
Forces
end.
captain who served in Kosovo and Iraq.
Well, that's all
y'all
I've managed to
taking
dig
notes.
up so far.
After that lore dump, it's time for Sam to pay a visit to Heartman, who lives in a deeper explanation
Say
of
no
what a
trips
beach
without
is
BB
in
in
Death
the
Stranding.
game,
A
1, 2,
beach,
10.
as Heartman
Yeah,
explains,
I would
is a space
imagine
created by
Kojima-
one's soul. They're called beaches, but they don't have to look like actual beaches. They're shaped by the individual's beliefs, religion, philosophy,
Professor, I've
etc.
been
And when a person dies, their beach essentially acts as a corridor connecting them
I
to
told
the
you,
other
I was
side.
I was
A sort
lost.
of
I was
limbo,
lost,
so to speak.
I was lost.
Each person
With-
has
with the-
their
with the
own
baby in the
unique
throat,
beach.
man.
But if a bunch of people die all at once,
I
their
was lost
beaches
then.
become tangled in what's called as a strand field. So those World War battlefields that Sam finds Clifford in are beaches. That thing that Fragile uses to teleport her is her beach. That beach that Sam and Amelie converse on, that's it is a more beachy beach.
I'll be waiting for you.
I was lost then.
So why does Hartman know so much about beaches, we
Listen
hear
to
you
this.
ask? Well, he has a very close relationship with them, as he dies every 21 minutes for 3 minutes before being revived, allowing him to explore beaches 60 times per day.
He dies 3 minutes. Say that again.
For 3 minutes before being
On the beach.
So why does Hartman know so much about beaches, we hear you ask? Well, he has a very close relationship with them, as he dies every 21 minutes for 3 minutes before being revived, allowing him to explore beaches 60 times per day to locate and reunite with his dead wife and child. At the time Sam meets him, he's been to the beach 218,549 times.
Don't go! Please, don't go!
Sam makes his way to Hartman with Mama's non-decomposing / non-necrotizing corpse on his back, along with a
Chad. Okay, listen. Math was never my biggest subject. That was a lot of numbers. He dies 21 minutes. What, man? Wait, what? Excuse me. What are we saying here?
for 3 minutes before being revived, allowing
What are
a
we
more
saying here?
beachy beach.
I'll be waiting for you.
All right.
On the beach.
So why does Hartman know so much about beaches, we hear you ask? Well, he has a very close relationship with them, as he dies every 21 minutes.
Okay, he dies every 21 minutes.
For 3 minutes before being.
For 3 minutes. He dies every 21 minutes and remains dead for 3 minutes.
Revived, allowing him to
Okay.
explore beaches 60 times per day to locate and reunite with his dead wife and child. At the time Sam meets him, he's been to the beach 218,549 times.
Don't go! Please, don't go!
Sam makes his way to Hartman with Mama's non-decomposing / non-necrotizing corpse on his back, along with a mysterious umbilical cord that Deadman wants him to
Okay.
investigate. A couple
right.
of deliveries and chiral network additions later, we learn that the umbilical cord actually belonged to Bridget
Said that's
Strand
torture high
and
key,
is the key
highest
to
of
unlocking
keys.
the mystery of the Death Stranding. Hartman deduces that the cord,
Highest of
along with
keys.
Mama's body, has cells infused with chiralium, giving them a connection to the beach and allowing them to escape the flow of time.
We shouldn't assume that everything about
Over
a Death Stranding is
200,000 times
detrimental
he's going to see his.
Now,
his-
here's
his
where
dead
things get
wife
the
and
last 2
child.
episodes of Evangelion levels of crazy. The umbilical cord leads Hartman to believe that Bridget Strand was actually an extinction entity, and that Amelie, being her daughter, may actually be an extinction entity herself as well. Though Higgs already told us that, so thanks for the spoiler warning, Higgs.
Careful. Contents are fragile.
After crossing a giant tar pit, Sam finally reaches his destination on the West Coast and completes his goal of reconnecting America. It's at this point where Higgs reappears with Amelie, applauding Sam on a job well done. Now that the chiral network is complete, Higgs plans on using Amelie to merge all of mankind's beaches into a single shore and trigger a final Death Stranding to bring on the 6th and most devastating extinction event. Which brings us to the big old boss fight. After defeating Higgs' giant BT, Higgs runs off with Amelie to the beach.
Shit.
Fortunately, with Fragile's special power, Sam is able to follow them for one final fisticuff showdown. After beating up Higgs and leaving his fate to Fragile, Sam rescues Amelie, and everything seems to be fine, right?
It makes sense to us.
Not quite. Turns out Amelie lied to Sam about a bunch of stuff. And we'll get to that in a second.
In practice,
but there's also still the matter of Clifford and his hunt for his BB.
No sense.
Clifford appears on the beach Sam is on, along with Die Hardman and Bridget Strand. Cliff recognizes Die Hardman and Bridget and demands his BB back.
Give me back my BB.
Bridget points him in Sam's direction, but before he's able to get to Sam, Amelie shoves Sam off a cliff, and he reawakens in a private room. Now, it's time for Sam to head all the way back east. Right before he reaches his destination, a familiar storm kicks up, and he's off to have one last showdown with Clifford. After defeating him for the last time, Sam finally learns the truth. Clifford's actually not such a bad guy after all. He was a war hero, a loving father, and a heartbroken husband who was lied to when he entrusted his baby to Bridget Strand after his wife wound up in a coma. Oh, and Sam is actually Clifford's son, as well as being the BB Cliff has been searching for all this time. Die Hardman, a soldier who served under Clifford, attempted to give Cliff the space to break him and his baby out. But Clifford got caught, leading to Bridget giving Die Hardman the order to kill him. Tragically, an errant bullet hits the BB, sending it to the beach, where Amelie is able to revive it and send it back to the world of the living, thus explaining not only Sam's gnarly stomach scar, but also his connection to the beach, his ability to repatriate back to life, and his relationship with Amelie. Though the baby can no longer serve its function as a BB, Bridget decided to adopt it and raise it as her own. Back in the present, though, Sam travels to the beach once again to try and prevent Amelie from initiating the final stranding. But instead, Sam finds Bridget. And it's here we learn the big secret. Amelie and Bridget are one and the same. Well, sort of. Bridget is the body to Amelie's soul that's stuck on the beach, together making up one entity. But before any more revelations, Sam's given a choice. The 6th stranding has already begun. Does he sit back and watch it happen, or does he cut his bond from Amelie and stop her from achieving her goal? Turns out it's a bit of a fake choice. You can't actually kill Amelie, though you can watch the last stranding go down, which will only point you in a continue screen. Only by holstering your gun and choosing to instead hug Amelie can you stop the 6th stranding from happening, or at the very least, delay it. From the start, Amelie doesn't really want to bring on extinction. Trapped as she is in her role as an extinction entity, she actually approaches a young Sam and insists that he stop her when the time is right, and he's the only one who can. But she knows that extinction is an inevitability, and eventually the thought of waiting on the beach for however many hundreds of thousands of years gets to her. But by hugging her, Sam reminded Amelie that it was the bonds between people that Sam valued most. And because of that, she accepts a lonely fate, relegated to the beach for however long it takes to usher in extinction naturally. After the world-saving hug, Sam wanders the beach listening to Amelie and Bridget's whole story. And eventually, he is rescued and brought back to the world of the living thanks to the combined efforts of Hartman, Lochner Malignan, Deadman, and Fragile, who managed to track Sam down thanks to a revolver that Die Hardman brought into the beach, which contains his blood in the hematic rounds. From there, Die Hardman becomes the new president of the UCA, delivering an inauguration speech that makes Sam uncomfortable with the overwhelming praise. Fragile, meanwhile, continues her delivery business, and Fragile Express becomes the first private delivery firm to be approved by the UCA. Fragile also reveals she never shot Higgs. She instead gave him the choice of death or being stranded on the beach. She offers Sam a job to work for her one last time, but Sam insists on staying a lone wolf. After Die Hardman's presidential inauguration, Deadman returns Sam's BB back to him. Unfortunately, Lou is near death, and Deadman gives him the news that to prevent a void out, Lou will need to be incinerated like any other corpse. Deadman heavily implies to Sam that Lou could be taken out of the pod to see what happens, but he also warns him that it'd be a direct UCA violation. He then disconnects Sam's cufflinks from the UCA, explaining that he can now remove them if needed. Officially free from the UCA, Sam travels to the incinerator to dispose of Lou's body, but Deadman's words reverberate in Sam's head. He starts the process of incinerating Lou before grabbing him at the last second. Sam instead incinerates his cufflinks and removes Lou from the PP pod. After a struggle, Sam is able to revive Lou, and the two leave the incinerator. Now that Sam is fully disconnected from the UCA, they seemingly will go on to live as father and daughter. Oh, right, the post-credit scene shows Sam naming BB Louise. Twist. But that isn't the end of the story, is it? Taking place 11 months later, Death Stranding 2 looks to take Sam, Lou, and Fragile to new continents. Sam has been trying to live a quieter life in Mexico before he's asked to reconnect Australia, much like he did America in the first game. But they're not the only familiar faces returning. In the trailers we've seen so far, it's clear that Troy Baker's Higgs is making a return, which can only be bad news. What does he want with us this time? We'll just have to wait and see. But if the tentacle coming out of this mouth here is any indicator, it won't be anything good. They'll be joined by mysterious new characters, including Rainy, Tomorrow, Tarman, Dollman, and the enigmatically named Neil. We've got a particular eye locked on this Solid Snake-like gentleman, but beyond knowing what these people are called, much remains under wraps about where the sequel story will take us. We'll find out soon though, when Death Stranding 2 on the Beach arrives on June 26th. Thanks for watching, and for more Death Stranding, keep it locked here on IGN.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say this. I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay? I don't know what none of that was about. Said names be crazy as hell. Dead Man. All right. Hardman. All right. And then turn around, he got a normal ass name like Neil. Fragile. All right. He got a normal ass name, Neil. Listen, if you ever wanted to understand the mentality of most Virgos, if you know a Virgo in your life, all right, understand that Hideo Kojima is a Virgo. He made this game. If you ever wanted an inside look at the mind of a Virgo, look no further than Death Stranding 1 and 2. All right. That is literally how we think on a daily basis. And I know, zodiac signs, they can be generalized, but I'm telling you right now, I've never related to so much chaos just then. All right. I haven't related to so much chaos than what I just heard and what I just witnessed for the last 20 minutes. Okay. All of that didn't make any sense. But apparently, it's a blockbuster title. Okay. Apparently, it made sense to whoever played it. And there was a bunch of y'all that played it and you loved it. So much so where he had to go make a second one. Okay. So much the way he had to go make a second one. Is that unsubscribe to Zodiac Signs? Hey man, shit, fucking with the Virgo will do it to you. I'm telling you, if there's any indication of the mind of a Virgo, there you go right there. Okay. There you go, right there. That's why I say I know zodiacs and shit can be generalized. Cause listen, we are all still people. We're all human. Everybody overthinks. Everybody has a lot on their mind. Some people deal with it. Some people know how to articulate it. Everybody's different. All right. I don't hold people to like one zodiac sign. But there is a general, I would say there's one consistent trait that I would say that most Virgos have. And you just witnessed it right there. Mine on 3 million. It don't make no sense. It's just clutter. It's clutter, chaos, but it's organized clutter and chaos. I'm telling y'all now. I think just what y'all seen, I think like that. That's probably why I'm sleepy as hell, because I've just been up thinking about 6,000 scenarios going on in my head at one time. And that's pretty much what Death Stranding is. It's just my thoughts in video game form. But no, man, listen. Y'all go please. Y'all, if y'all playing Death Stranding 2, man, y'all let me know so I can kind of catch up on y'all streams, man. Cause listen, I haven't played Death Stranding 1 for that reason, because it just seemed like it was like hella confusing. So now that I kind of got the gist of what's going on, I guess I can kind of follow what's happening in Death Stranding 2. So it's out. I think what's today? 25th. I think Death Stranding 2 came out sometime this week. So you guys, if y'all got some streams coming up, let me know. I'll stop by, man, and see if I can try to piece together what the hell, you know, what's going on. They say it's so super confusing in a good way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have the patience, and you can kind of cipher through certain stuff and don't get too caught up in the details, let us worry about the details. We give you the details, but don't get caught up on them, okay? All right, it's some magic going on somewhere. But nah, that was crazy, man. That's wild as hell. It say it come out tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I've been watching lately. I've been watching little lore videos and shit like that, just to kind of get an idea on what potentially is going on in Death Stranding. All right. 'Cause I like doing that anyway. I like watching lore videos anyway. Like my favorite one that I like keep coming back to, From Software has the best lore videos because they always do some weird. They weird anyway. All right, they weird in it. Those are weird games anyway. But the Armored Core lore video and the Sekiro lore videos, if y'all watch those are dope. So I think the deluxe edition owners have early access to it now. Okay, yeah, people who pre-ordered it and like got the deluxe edition, they probably can start playing it. So I'm gonna tap in with those, man. I'm not gonna play it because I don't know what's going on. Well, I'll get to it eventually. Okay, I'll get to it eventually, man. I think I'm just at a moment right now, like we were talking about earlier, like it's just so many games that I got to try to knock off my backlist now, my backlog. And not saying that they all crazy, not saying that they all say, is you playing it? I don't plan on it, but I don't know. I don't know now. I kind of want to. I kind of want to. I just don't know yet. I don't know yet. You know, I gotta lock in on some real life stuff. So I don't know if I got the time investment yet. You know, I always bring it back to the time investment. Yes, there's only 24 hours in a day. You know, you say, so no, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you no promises. I'm not gonna make you any promises. I probably need to though. I probably need to. I think you know what? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to finish the altars first. You know, I need to find a good story campaign to play for my YouTube channel. And see that there you go. That's what I was finna say. Like I need a good story game. The altars is good, and I think I'm gonna try to finish that. I think that's a little bit more straightforward than Death Stranding 2. And so I think I'm gonna try to knock that off before I get invested in Death Stranding 2. Because you know, we got Mecha Break, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So a few free to play games coming up at the end of the month and things like that. So I don't know. I ain't gonna make you no promises. I want to though. I'm super intrigued. Like don't let the confusion and how I'm talking about it confuse you. I am super intrigued by Death Stranding 2. Don't even trip on that. So I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Oh boy, that was an ordeal. That was an ordeal. I can't believe it. What's the next game I had on the list? Oh, had a gameplay overview There's a game coming out called The Blood of the Dawn Walker, in which I so lovingly call Vampire Witcher. They actually have a gameplay overview video that we're gonna watch in a second, man. But yeah, that was Death Stranding 2. You guys tap in with that, man. I don't know, man. I might get it. I might get it just to I don't know. Cause I gotta think in the future. I gotta think about the games that I want to play as well, like next month. Oh, I know what I was finna show y'all. Shoot. Before that. Make a break. There we go. This comes out at the end of the month. This is Mecha Break. Kind of catching up on what to expect in the free-to-play game. So y'all check this out right quick. Then we'll get to the Dawn Walker footage in a minute. Right after that.
Massive scale battles on land and in the air.